KNDY.
Good evening, high school football fans, and welcome to Week 10 action here on KNDY FM 95.5, just down east of McPherson in Canton, Kansas, as the Canton Galva Eagles host the Frankfort Wildcats in this regional matchup game here on this beautiful Friday night. Temperatures about 70 degrees. A light north breeze will keep us cool here through the evening as the sun goes down, but it's a great day for some high school football. Looking at how both of these teams got into this position, first for the Canton Galva Eagles. They won their first round of matchup last week against Colony Crest 56-8, a team that has won 8 in a row. They set 8-1 on the season. Lone loss was the first game of the season, a 42-40 heartbreaker versus state-ranked Little River was the last loss for the Canton Galva Eagles. For the Frankfort Wildcats, they come in after an impressive 60-0 win over Beloit St. John's Tipton last week and now play host down here, looking to win their third in a row after falling to Axel a few weeks ago, 46-0. Their last loss here for the Wildcats this season. A high-powered offense on both sides of the squad. Canton Galva comes in averaging 60 points per game, while Frankfort comes in just a hair under 45 points per game. Of course, a lot of these games that both of these teams have played ended up in 45 matches, especially Canton Galva. They have 45 every team they have played this year, except for that first game versus Little River. So haven't played, I don't want to call it a non-meaningful game since the first game of the season, but a team that might not be near as tested as these Frankfort Wildcats are heading into this one, having played both the number one ranked team in Class 1A Division II and Division I this season. We're on top of the stands here in Canton Galva. A little breezy this afternoon, this evening, so we'll try and keep that down for you. But we're going to take our first time out, bring it right back here to Canton, Kansas, as the Frankfort Wildcats have made the trip east to face off against the Canton Galva Eagles in regional play here in 2023 Kansas High School State Playoffs.
To keep your vehicle running good and looking good, all you need is M&R Auto Parts in Frankfort. Motor oil, air filters, spark plugs, batteries, brakes, and more. M&R also has what you need for the outside of the vehicle. Wheel cleaners, glass cleaners, washes, and waxes. That's M&R Auto Parts, your CarQuest Auto Parts dealer in Frankfort.
Friendly, personalized service to meet your banking needs. That's the standard at First National Bank, Frankfort.
My community bank has responded to the changes needed to keep my money safe and secure. They've switched to cards with the latest technology, which is safer and more secure than before. My community bank provides safety and security while staying on top of the latest banking trends.
Let First National Bank's brand of banking be responsive to your needs. First National Bank, Frankfort, proud to be your community bank. Member FDIC.
F&A Construction will build it right. Call today for a quick quote if you're building, remodeling, or adding on. Enjoy your home more and increase its value with F&A Construction. They'll tackle your every project to make sure it's done right. For complete construction services, call on F&A Construction today at 292-4692. That's 292-4692.
Wanklin Oil is proud to serve the community with propane, gas, and diesel fuel right to your home or farm. Family owned and operated, they'll deliver your fuel with an old-fashioned personal touch. Their dependable quality service at the lowest price available makes them a leader in the field. In addition to propane and diesel, they also offer tank repair, sales, and service. For your fuel and heating needs, Wanklin Oil is just a call away. 800-794-2019. They have the energy since 1926.
Max Blatsky back with you here on a Friday night featured game of the week here on KNDY FM 95.5. Glad to have you all along here this evening. Of course, you can check this game out, too, at KNDYradio.com, as well as in the KNDY FM mobile app if you're not around the radio. Only one listen in. It's going to be a great contest here tonight between the Frankfort Wildcats and the Canton Galva Eagles. Looking at a few other actions going on in our area here tonight, Hanover Wildcats have made the trip east to face off against the Lebo Wolves. Of course, Frankfort is here at Canton Galva. Axel Eagles are at home facing off against Hutchinson Central Christian. Centralia is playing Jeff County North tonight, and the Valley Heights Mustangs have made the trip south as they are battling down in Centric here this evening in this regional round of the 2023 Kansas High School Football Playoff Round. A lot of teams vying to reach that all-coveted sectional round. Only 3 more games to go before state championship Saturday is here. Looking at a little history from both of these teams before we get on into it. First for the Canton Galva Eagles, they have been a powerhouse in the last 6 years under head coach Selby Hoppus. 64-8 overall record for the head coach since 2018. In that first season, he took a 4-5 team and impressed them up to 6-2. A sub-state loss to Solomon was the end of the line for them in that season. But in his second season here at Canton Galva, an 8-man Division I state championship, 14-0 in 2019 for these Eagles right here. Of course, last year was their first season in 8-man Division II as they dropped down a level. They faced off against Axel in the sub-state section last year, losing 63-62 in a very exciting game, ending that season 11-1. For the Frankfort Wildcats and head coach Nick Anderson, 45-22 under Anderson over his 7 years, looking to continue a little success from last year. Of course, lost in this regional round to Thunder Ridge 58-8, but a completely different team here this year. 1 year older, 1 year more experienced, and 1 year better prepared to take on this Canton Galva Eagles team. Of course, for the 3 seniors here tonight for the Frankfort Wildcats, looking to replicate what happened in 2020, a Final 8 run for the Wildcats, finishing the season with a loss versus Hanover in the sub-state round, finishing that season 7-2. So the Wildcats looking for another stretch here in this postseason, looking to take advantage of a camaraderie team that has been playing good here the last couple of weeks. Of course, their last game, a 60-0 win for St. John's Beloit Fitson, and of course the week before that, the 62-14 win over the Hanover Wildcats. The Frankfort Wildcats here, though, so far this year, facing good opponents. We talked about it just a little bit ago. 0-2 versus number 1 ranked Linden and Axel this season, losing against Linden 70-24 and against Axel 46-0 early on in this season. So facing some good competition have been the Wildcats so far here this season. On the other end of it, Canton Galva, their toughest opponent was a 7-2 Little River team back in week number 1, one in which Canton Galva lost 42-40. So it has been almost 2 months since this Canton Galva team has had a game not end in the 45 rule, which I know is something head coach Nick Anderson and his boys are wanting to avoid here tonight. Of course, speaking of head coach Nick Anderson, we're going to speak with him here in just a little bit on our pregame coaches sit-down interview right here on KNDY as we get ready for a beautiful Friday night football down here in Canton, Kansas. But, of course, a first thank you to all of our sponsors that have made this broadcast so possible here tonight. M&R Auto Parts, F&B Frankfort, F&A Construction, Winklin Oil, Inline Construction, Frankfort Area News, Landall Corporation, Parthimer Electric, Frankfort Community Care Home, Souther Feeds, Trailers for You, M&R Market in Frankfort, Blue Valley Technologies, Bat Tire, Flint Hills Mechanical, Kramer Oil, and Bob Hole Incorporated. We're about 10 minutes away from kickoff here in a regional Friday night action in Canton, Kansas, as the Frankfort Wildcats face off against the Canton Galva Eagles. Our pregame coaches interview with head coach for the Wildcats, Nick Anderson, coming up for you next on KNDY.
I know it takes good hands to place the winning kick. This is Jack Bloomer, holder of the Big 12 champion Kansas State Wildcats. Inline Construction of Marysville specializes in concrete, commercial, and residential construction. Call them today at 785-562-5525 to plan and execute your building project. When you hire Inline, rest assured you'll be in good hands from start to finish.
Landall in Marysville is expanding and looking for career-minded individuals who want to work for a stable company that's been in business for 60 years. Currently hiring welders, painters, assemblers, fabrication, and maintenance positions. Experience preferred but not required. Competitive wages, merit increases, annual raises, and promotions. Shift differential, attendance bonus, benefits including paid time off, holidays, incentive bonus, insurance, and more. Apply online at Landall.com or phone 785-562-5381. EEO vets and disabilities welcome.
Stay connected, stay informed. Get the Frankfort community's top stories every week. Frankfort Area News is a small-town community newspaper dedicated to their advertisers, subscribers, and community. The Frankfort Area News was established in 1991 and is the official paper of the City of Frankfort, City of Vermilion, and USD 380. They love receiving news from their readers. If you have an engagement, wedding, birth, family reunion, or something you think local readers would enjoy, or to subscribe, get in touch with the Frankfort Area News at 292-4726.
Call Parthimer Electric at 268-0553. At Parthimer Electric, we specialize in residential and commercial electrical services and are dedicated to providing customer service that is second to none. Parthimer Electric won't leave the job until you're satisfied. Parthimer Electric is available at all hours and offers flexible services for indoor or outdoor jobs. You can visit us on the web at the Parthimer Electric Facebook site or give us a call at 268-0553. Parthimer Electric in Frankfort.
You're tuned in to the KNDY Friday night featured game of the week pregame coach's interview with head coach of the Frankfort Wildcats, Nick Anderson. Nick, an impressive 60-0 win last Friday night over Beloit St. John's Tipton. What was your overall message to your team after the victory?
I was just, proud of them and excited for them. I don't want our kids or our coaches to ever take postseason football for granted, and especially hosting postseason games. And so I was just really happy and excited for them that they got to experience that and was able to play pretty well in one as well.
You talked about being able to host a playoff game there in the first round. Does that give you a little, extra energy going into this second round?
Oh, the thought is with another win, you'll get to host again a little bit. But, we got a tall task in front of us, and, most of our energy and time has been spent towards Canton Galva. Any win at this time of the year is special, regardless of where it's at and located. And I expect our fans to travel well Friday night, so hopefully it's a good atmosphere down there as well.
Before we get to the Canton Galva matchup, wanted to talk about Lane Loizo on the ground a little bit. Over 100 yards that last game and the game before against Hanover. How well has he been running the ball, and how well has your offensive line been playing?
We had an emphasis that we definitely wanted to run the ball, and I probably haven't done a good enough job of getting the ball in his hands as much as I should have this year, trying to keep things balanced. But I think in the last two games, he's touched the ball 14 times and had 9 touchdowns or something ridiculous like that. So he's very skilled, and he's playing very, very well right now. And, he's contributed in the return game and through the air and obviously on the ground. And, we've talked all year that on any given night, if he wants to be, he can be the best player on the football field, and that's what we're going to need him to be moving forward. But as far as our offensive line goes, they've done a great job. We don't run all that often, but when we do, I feel like we're successful most of the time, and the credit goes to those guys. And St. John's Beloit gave us a little different look than we've seen in the past, so we had to make some adjustments, and they did a good job of doing that on the fly. And what I thought was really good was I thought our downfield blocking was as good as it's been all year. Guys like Carter Olson and Trent Harden that we didn't throw to a whole lot that game. We're still contributing offensively by, blocking dudes downfield.
Well, and you talked a little bit about balance there, but you talked there too at the end about your tight ends blocking. How important is that going up against Canton Galva to remain balanced and not predictable on the offensive side?
Yeah, we're definitely don't want to be one-dimensional against such a quality opponent. We don't have to run the ball a lot, but we have to be respectable. They're really big up front. I think they got 4 guys in the middle there that are over 200 pounds, and they got great speed that surrounds them, and so it's going to be difficult. But we got to pick our spots and definitely find ways to move the ball on the ground.
Now, I know we had talked about it, I think, a couple weeks ago, but your schedule of Axtell, Linden, Chase counties, Washington counties, other teams like that, how do you feel this schedule has prepared you for not only this weekend but moving forward?
Yeah, I've would compare our schedule with anybody's in the state, and I think it's done wonders for us. And the 2 teams that we've lost to are still undefeated and still playing. And you mentioned Chase County, who I think is one of the most underrated Division I teams right now. They're playing as well as anybody, and yeah, we've played some tough competition. We beat some good teams, and and obviously that has to help us in a game like this. And Canton Galva's a team I think have only lost 5 games in the last 5 years, if my math is right, and I think there's a state championship sprinkled in there as well. So they got quite the tradition of winning and playing good football. So playing teams like that on our schedule can do nothing but help us.
Well, and last one here for you, Nick, before I let you go, but your team does have a little playoff experience between last year and this year. What's going to be a key for you guys to get a win down at Canton Galva?
Well, I thought in our games versus Axtell and Linden, we had spurts of 4 or 5 minutes that really things snowballed in the wrong direction for us. If we want the outcome to be different on Friday, we got to avoid those 4 to 5 minute stretches, and we got to get a game into the fourth quarter and then see what happens from there. And offensively, we got to stay ahead of the change and keeping manageable down and distance situations and not playing from behind the chains. And defensively, if they're going to score, make them drive the ball. They got big play potential all over the place with the McManus kid. We just got to make them drive the ball and earn it. And like I said, put ourselves in a position to have a chance in the fourth quarter.
You've been tuned in to the KNDY pregame coaches interviews with head coach of the Frankfort Wildcats, Nick Anderson. Now don't touch that dial. A regional playoff matchup between 7-2 Frankfort and 8-1 Canton Galva is up next here on KNDY. When caring for someone you care for, let Frankfort Community Care Home offer you peace of mind. With all private rooms, regardless of payment status, your loved ones will live in a home where life is worth living. A care-first approach that's unique to each resident's likes and dislikes, needs and preferences is what sets Frankfort Community Care Home apart. Staff will go the extra mile, and private rooms for every residence are just a few ways Frankfort Community Care Home continues to be a home with a heart.
Your opportunity, your solution, your success. That's Souther's Feeds approach, and that's what sets us apart. I'm Leanne Litton, and I invite you to experience the Souther difference. We're about visiting the ranch, walking your pens, and weighing the options to develop a ration combination that will be the most efficient and profitable for your business. Souther's, a family-owned company that identifies opportunities and applies solutions for your success. Souther Feeds in Frankfort and online at southerfeeds.com. Souther Feeds, where your success is our success.
With fall harvest in full swing, Trailers for You would like to remind you to give them a call to book your Hogemeyer and Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed. This is Jane Studer with Trailers for You, located at the corner of Highway 9 and 99 in Frankfort. We have travel-along tilt, dump bed, flatbed, and stock trailers on hand. Call us at 785-292-4166 to order net wrap now to take advantage of the fall sale and get your Merit stock trailers ordered for delivery in the spring. Call 785-292-4166. Go Cats.
Stocked with the freshest produce and always fresh meat counter, J&R Market in Frankfort is your full-service grocery. Start saving today with weekly specials. The J&R Market app makes shopping a breeze, so you're in and out and on your way. Open 7 days a week for your convenience, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. until 7 p.m., Saturday 9 to 6, Sunday 9 to 5. Freshest produce, best selection, greatest value, J&R Market in Frankfort.
Max Blasky back with you. We're in Canton, Kansas, as we are moments away from tip-off between the Frankfort Wildcats and Canton Galva Eagles. We'll bring you your starters here before we get underway. For Canton Galva, number 2, Leighton Whitty, a senior. Number 3, Lane McManus, a name we will call all night, a senior. Jaden Edgar, number 5, will be your quarterback, a senior. On the line at number 16, Jory Ratcliffe, a senior. Number 33, Noah Collins, a junior. Number 57, Issa Marston, a senior. And then split out at wide receivers, number 21, Custom Scrant, a freshman. And number 22, Wyatt Collins, a senior. For the Frankfort Wildcats, same starting lineup as they have been all year, led by quarterback Wes Anderson, who's back from concussion last week. He will be at quarterback number 12, a sophomore. In the backfield, number 10, Brock Armstrong, a senior. And number 6, Lane Loizo, a junior. Split out wides, number 14, Ty Smith, a junior. Number 24, Trent Harden, a junior. And number 33, Carter Olson, a junior. And on the line at number 42, Wyatt Keller, the senior, holds it down. And number 55, Sam Beckman, a junior, holds it down for the Wildcats up front. Wildcats are coached by Nick Anderson, while the Canton Galva Eagles are coached by Shelby Hoppus. Frankfort will be in their road whites, gray bottoms with red numbers. Canton Galva in their home reds, blue numbers, and white helmets. It's regional football action here on KNDY Radio, FM 95.5, online at KNDYradio.com, and in the KNDY FM mobile app. Max Lasky with you here tonight as we look at the field. Sun setting over a beautiful Friday evening, and the kickoff goes away. First kickoff of the game is going to go out of bounds. First penalty on the first play of the game for Canton Galva will give Frankfort good starting field position. Looking at these Canton Galva Eagles, they are ran by one man, and that is Lane McManus. 95 rushes, 1,369 yards on the ground, 27 touchdowns, averaging 14 yards per carry is the senior running back here this year. Levied by the offensive line, too, which really drives this factor in Canton Galva, as Leighton Whitty also averages 14 yards per carry. But McManus on the year, just short of 2,000 total yards, has himself to his name 4 touchdown returns for kickoffs and 1 punt return, too, as well. So just under 2,000 yards, 41 total touchdowns for the stud from Canton Galva. He's going to start this game on the sideline, though. His first pass is going to come near side here to Loizo. Armstrong found the man in the flat, his favorite receiver here the last couple of weeks. That's going to be a first down right off the bat for the Frankfort Wildcats. Of course, a team that really likes to toss that ball around. In the last game, though, Loizo led the way for the Wildcats on the ground. 141 yards on 4 rushing touchdowns on 4 rushes in the contest himself. So Lane has been playing himself some really good football here lately. Talked to head coach Nick Anderson about keeping him involved, so that will be a major key going into this contest tonight. Anderson will go shotgun here with Brock Armstrong to his left, one receiver right will be Olsen and Loizo. They go Loizo near side here again, is pushed out of bounds by a Canton Galva defender, close to a first down. Good enough there for 8 yards. Back-to-back completions now for Wes Anderson, who, of course, was out the last contest with that concussion. Head coach Nick Anderson said he is 100% good to go here into this contest here tonight. Of course, Loizo is the name you need to know for the Wildcats, but on the receiving end, keep an eye out for Carter Olson and Trent Harden, too, this year. The two have combined for almost 800 yards on the season and 16 touchdowns through the air. Anderson in the backfield. Shotgun's going to look right, throw that way to Olsen. Olsen, nice hands catch there for Olsen. Good enough for a first down, and then a little bit more ball moves up close to the 30-yard line of Canton Galva. We're going to move it from the 38 to the 31 is where they say. So a 7-yard pickup there for Olsen, and Anderson has started this game off 3-4-3. Canton Galva Frankfort, those short little curl routes on the outside so far here early in this contest. And if you happen to catch our pregame coach's interview with head coach Nick Anderson, he said controlling this clock is going to be key, too, as well for his Frankfort squad. Anderson in the gun. It's going to be a pitch left side to Loizo, trying to get the edge, finds one edge, and gets pushed out of bounds there by a Canton Galva defender. Pickup of a few there on the run for Loizo. Champ's going to push him out of bounds for his first tackle of the evening. That will be a pickup of 4 yards for Loizo on the ground. Continuing to feed Loizo here early on, the junior has had himself a nice season on the ground. 448 yards, 12 touchdowns to go along with 495 yards receiving and 10 touchdowns as well. Anderson alone in the backfield is going to look Loizo's way to the right now, steps out of pressure. Still has Loizo, decides to chuck it deep. Going for Loizo, far end zone, caught near the end zone, short just of a touchdown, but down inside the 5 with a flag on the play. Down from the 28 down to the 2, a 26-yard pass completion will be the call. If this one stands, if it is on Frankfort, it'll be their first one here of the evening on offense. Canton Galva kicked this first kick out of bounds to start this game. That's going to be a defensive pass interference. Decline the penalty. 26-yard pickup here for the Frankfort Wildcats as they are in prime position here to take this early lead. Score still at 0-0, just inside of 10:30 left to play here, first quarter action. Anderson in the shotgun with Armstrong to his right. Olsen to the right. Loiza to the left. It's going to be a draw for Armstrong up the middle. A gain of maybe a loss of one, actually, is what they're going to call it there for Armstrong. So now 2nd and goal for the Wildcats. Strong front 7 for this Canton Galva defense, too, as well. 7 sacks on the year, of course, playing a lot of teams that don't toss the ball around nearly as much. We'll get into the McManus offense here just as soon as Canton Galva gets this ball. But Frankfort in position to score. Ball at the 6-yard line will be the call. 0-0 our score, still first quarter action. Anderson empty set, looks right, now looks left. Now dances around a little bit, tries to step up. Good offensive protection. Looking for a man. Anderson's just going to have to toss it far sideline. Incomplete there as the pressure from the Canton Galva Eagles got into the face of Wes Anderson. On that pressure was Noah Collins, the 6'2", 210-pound junior, all-league player for the Eagles. Penalty now here on the play as well. It looks like it's going to be a holding foul on Frankfort, and it will be an offensive pass interference on the Frankfort Wildcats. You don't see that very often, but as Carter Olsen was trying to get open on that far sideline, just a little bit too handsy there for the receiver, and now that's going to bring up a 2nd down and goal from the 21-yard line now for Frankfort. If you're just joining us, Max Blasky here with you this evening. Regional matchup between the Frankfort Wildcats and the Canton Galva Eagles. An Eagles team that has won 91% of their games in the last 6 years under head coach Shelby Hoppus. Frankfort here looking to continue this run just as they did back in 2020, all the way to a sub-state berth. Anderson takes his time on this long 2nd down and 21. Goal to go now. Pass interference penalty, pushed them back. Anderson looking, now dances, now goes short to Loiza. Loiza breaks one tackle, but can't get away for more than that. And we're up for a long 3rd down play now here.
Brought down by number 57, Ison Martin. Going to bring a 3rd and
no gain on that is going to be the official call. So now 3rd down and 21. Frankfort moved it right down the field with 2 passing plays from Wes Anderson. Started off this game 3 for 3, but now Frankfort in a little bit of a pickle. 3rd down and 21 to go. 2nd down and goal. Screen pass now. Trent Harden's going to get it across the field. Looking to make a man miss. Gets away from 1. Gets up to the 10 now. And let's see what head coach Nick Anderson thoughts are going to be. Trent Harden's going to pick up his first reception for 11 yards. And now it is 4th down. And it looks like Frankfort will keep the offense out there on the field. Haven't tried a field goal yet here this season. Will occasionally kick some extra points. But no field goal here for Frankfort as they receive this first kickoff. They want to strike first. Gun formation here for Anderson. Armstrong to his left, 2 receivers to the left will be Loizo and Harden. Olsen alone to his right. Anderson looks Olsen's way now across the middle. Caught at the goal line. Touchdown, Frankfort Wildcats. A 10-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Wes Anderson to Carter Olsen for the touchdown. And the Frankfort Wildcats take the lead with 8:07 left to play here in this first quarter. What a reception by Carter Olsen. Took a lick on the catch right at the goal line, stayed on his feet, and gave Frankfort this early 6-0 lead. Taking that ball on the first possession paid off for Coach Anderson. 2-point conversion upcoming now here for the Wildcats. Gun formation. We'll motion Loizo left to right. Little reverse to him. Now double pass back of the end zone. Incomplete. But Hanover strikes first, 6-0. You're listening to regional football right here on KNDY FM 95.5.
Hello, and thank you for calling. Our operators are busy at the moment. Please hold the line, and we will answer you shortly.
Stop the madness! With Blue Valley, there's less time on hold, more time together. Blue Valley Technologies offers reliable internet that works when you need it. And if there's an issue, we have local customer support that will make sure you're back online in no time. Find out more at bluevalley.net.
Fat Tire in Frankfort is the place to go for tires in Frankfort. Why drive anywhere else? Offering a full range of tires, including Kelly tires and Hankook tires. Get the very best in tire technology for superior handling and longevity. Fat Tire will keep you on the road and headed to where you need to be. Replacements or repairs, they'll get you rolling again. Fat Tire in Frankfort, a proud supporter of the Frankfort Wildcats. Good luck.
Frankfort Wildcats strike first here in Canton Galva. 6-0 is our score. 8:07 left to play first quarter. Frankfort received the opening coin flip, won that one, decided to receive the ball, and that paid off nicely for head coach Anderson and his Wildcats as they lead 6-0. Deep back here for Canton Galva will be Jaden Ediger, and Lane McManus. Of course, McManus, the do-it-all engine here for these Canton Galva Eagles. It'll be a squid pick up the middle. Good job by Frankfort. Almost handles that one. But Canton Galva will have excellent starting position at the 35. Talked about Lane McManus just a little bit. He will be your halfback here tonight behind quarterback Jaden Ediger. On the season, McManus on the ground has caused trouble for a lot of opponents. Over 1,300 yards, 27 touchdowns. His tailback made in the backfield, Leighton Whitty, also with 705 yards and 16 touchdowns. So this front part of the Frankfort defense will have to be stout here tonight. First play is going to be a pass play. We're going to go far side, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Was aiming it there for Whitty, and that's going to be a 2nd down and 10 now on the first pass play from Jaden Ediger. Ediger stepping into the starter's role this year has played fairly well. 832 yards, 15 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, so can be God, I guess, is the terms. 52% completion percentage on the season, too, as well. Talked about those interceptions. A Frankfort team that has forced 18 this season will be big. Here's going to be a run far side, first run on the ground for McManus. Carter Olson does a good job of staying in his lane on that defensive in possession. Only a 4-yard pickup there for the All-State running back Lane McManus, as now Frankfort has forced the Eagles into a 3rd down and medium. 3rd down and 6 to go. Ball at the 31-yard line, just short of midfield. 39, just short of midfield. Canton Galva moving left to right as we see it. Nice little slight 5 to 10 mile an hour breeze all this evening. Try and keep that out of your microphones, out of your ears as the night goes on. Sweet play now here for Whitty. Whitty's going to try and get the edge. Near side, he won't have the first down. Pushed out nicely there by Trent Harden, and a 4th down will be the call.
It'll bring up 4th and 3.
4th and 3, so on 3rd down and 6, they only picked up 3. Let's see what this Frankfort defense has for the Eagles here on this one. Ball just on the other side of Frankfort territory at the 38-yard line. Frankfort took the opening drive of this game down the field 60 yards to score a touchdown. Lead this one 6-0 here early on first quarter action. Of course, this is only the 2nd year Canton Galva has played in Division II football here in the state of Kansas. Last year, lost to Axtell in the sub-state contest up there in a barn burner. Run up the middle is going to be good enough for a first down. Leighton Whitty gets that run. It was a 4th down and 3. He picked up 5, and that was a tough 5 for Whitty right up the middle. This Frankfort defense did a good job of making him dance in the backfield. Not able to find a hole to burst through on that one. So positives on this first couple plays here for this Frankfort defense that have mentioned it a time or two, have lost to some high-caliber opponents, including Linden and Axtell. Out of their 170 points given up, they gave up, Frankfort has, that is, 116 points in those 2 games. That is 68% of this season's points given up in 2 games to the number 1 ranked teams in Class 1A, Division I and Division II, respectively. First down run now for McManus. McManus is going to get a rush to the left side, pickup of 6 now. 10 total yards now for McManus as the Frankfort defense is making this Canton Galva offense earn it here tonight. Ball at the 27-yard line, first down and 10. Four-man front here for the Wildcats as they look to bring pressure off the left. They do. Canton Galva runs right side. Trent Harden right there to wrap up the running back. McManus had nowhere to go on that one. They think they give him 1 yard on the run, and they will. But again, Trent Harden from that defensive end position has been playing exceptionally well here the last couple weeks, along with Brock Armstrong on that right defensive end. And in the middle, anchoring this defense, of course, the big senior Wyatt Keller making his presence known here on this one. Substitution here for the Wildcats. Out will go Caden Combs, the leading tackler, and will come a little more pressure with Malay Martin-Savet. Shotgun formation now for Canton Galva. Pass left side, quick pattern out to McManus. That's going to be caught down inside the 15-yard line. First down, Canton Galva. 18-yard pickup there. Says, actually to Leighton Whitty. First pass completion here on the night for Canton Galva. 1 for 3 already here this evening. Sun beginning to set in Canton, Kansas. Beautiful evening. Max Lasky with you here on FM 95.5. Regional action between the Frankfort Wildcats and the Canton Galva Eagles. Run with the whittle with McManus. There's room for the big man. Gain of about 6 up to the 5-yard line as now Canton Galva is threatening inside the red zone. 7-yard pickup there for Lane McManus. As this offensive line for Canton Galva, who boasts 2 men over 200 pounds, has been opening up some holes here on this first drive. Of course, the Eagles have 2 players that average 14 yards per rush. Can't do that all on just pure talent. 3rd down and 5 now to go. Shotgun formation. 1 run stretch play. Whitey's going to try and get to the outside. Whitty does, pushed out of bounds there by Wes Anderson. About a pickup of 2 there. 3rd down and 5 is actually they lose a yard on that one. So far here early on, Canton Galva has tried to get it to the outside with a few stretch plays. Haven't been necessarily successful, but that run right up the middle has been where the big yardage goes. We'll see where the Eagles go with this one. 4:23 left to play here, first quarter, 6-0. Frankfort took the opening drive down for a touchdown. Up the middle, it's going to go McManus. He's going to bounce that one. Touchdown, Canton Galva. 6-yard touchdown run by Lane McManus. First one on the evening for a man that has 41 total touchdowns on the season. Probably won't be the last one we see here tonight. Tied up now 6-6 with 4:13 left to play here in quarter number 1. 6-yard touchdown run by number 3 himself. Canton Galva will go for 2 here. 1 tailback left will be Whitty. 1 tailback right will be McManus. Halfback pass into the end zone, good, and Canton Galva takes the 8-6 lead. You're listening to high school football right here on KNDY.
Flint Hills Mechanical is a call away for your plumbing work, heating, and air conditioning. Backed up or won't drain? Call Flint Hills Mechanical. New and existing plumbing work, plus heating and air conditioning, as well as custom sheet metal service. Call on Flint Hills Mechanical. Find them on Facebook or give them a shout at 785-313-0103. Flint Hills Mechanical, Frankfort.
We don't have to tell that harvest season is here. And while you're working the fields, Kramer Oil is on the road for you. Kramer Oil's commercial fuel delivery brings premium fuel right to your farm, making sure your machinery never skips a beat. Fast, reliable, and always on time. Because during harvest season, every second counts. Keep your farm running smooth with the name that's been there through it all. Kramer Oil. Our family serving yours for generations.
Bothell Incorporated specializes in directional drilling for water lines, sewer lines, or any type of utility line, and they also do rock trenching. Give them a call at 785-292-4790. That's 292-4790 for all your directional drilling or rock trenching needs. Bothell Incorporated of Frankfort, proud supporter of Frankfort High School.
8-6 our score here from Canton Galva. Frankfort Wildcats trailed this one early on, already with 1 touchdown to his name. Lane McManus, who averages 3 a game, already got 1, so we'll see if Frankfort can look to contain him here in this one as the game continues to roll on. Back-to-back scores for both of these teams, and what we figured was going to be a high-powered contest. Canton Galva comes in averaging 60 points per game. They have 45 every opponent they have played, besides their Week 1 opponent, which was Little River, back on September 1st. So it's been just over 2 months since this team has played a quote-unquote competitive, or I guess a close game, I guess to say the least here in this one. Frankfort, on the other hand, a lot of competition this year. Chase County, Axtell, Linden, just to name a few, averaging 44 points per game. So it'll be a battle of, I believe, who can get the last score in this one. Armstrong will get a rush right up the middle. That is going to be Loizo, excuse me. Anderson, a good job with the fake on that one. Loizo with 2 yards up the middle now, 6 yards on the ground, already 44 yards through the air for Lane Loizo, who has been playing himself some very good football here the last couple weeks. Canton Galva will play their regular 3-man front. They're going to switch ends to wherever Loizo goes. It'll be Loizo tight end left side. Anderson in the shotgun backfield. Fakes to Armstrong. Now looks deep. Has a man here. Trent Harden ball floats and incomplete. Getting over there was Lane McManus. But boy, Trent Harden was wide open here near side. If that ball did not float on Wes Anderson, a wide open touchdown for about 60 yards. Trent Harden would have hand on that one. But here we go now, a 3rd down and 8. Talking to head coach Nick Anderson, too. His team needed to stay ahead of the sticks in this one. I think this would call as almost a deal breaker here. 3rd down and 8, ball on the 17-yard line, deep inside Frankfort territory. Don't want to give this ball back to this Canton Galva defense this deep in it. Frankfort moving into the wind a little bit, about a 5-mile-an-hour north breeze here as Frankfort works south to north as we look at it. Anderson will look far side. Pass broken up, almost completed to Carter Olson, but coming out of nowhere was the cornerback, Custom Champ, and now it is 4th down. A beautiful pass there from Wes Anderson from the middle, or from the near hash to the far sideline. Olson was wide open, but coming out of nowhere was Champ from that cornerback position. Full-on body extended dove to break that one up. Making the play forces Frankfort now into a 4th down. 4th down and 8, ball at the 17 of Frankfort. It's going to be a pooch punt. Getting it off will be Loizo. Down inside the 30 as it takes a nice Frankfort roll to the 29-yard line of Canton Galva. We're going to take a 30-second timeout, bring it right back here as Frankfort trails Canton Galva 8-6, first quarter action.
To keep your vehicle running good and looking good, all you need is M&R Auto Parts in Frankfort. Motor oil, air filters, spark plugs, batteries, brakes, and more. M&R also has what you need for the outside of the vehicle. Wheel cleaners, glass cleaners, washes, and waxes. That's M&R Auto Parts, your CarQuest Auto Parts dealer in Frankfort.
Max Blasky back with you here in Canton, Kansas. 8-6 is our score as the Eagles lead the Wildcats in this one. Getting into some open field will be Edgar, the quarterback keeper on the option. Gets a 1st down for the Eagles. A 1st down run of 11 yards as this ground attack for Canton Galva is starting to take shape. A team that has over 2,000 yards on the ground as a team for the season is really starting to open it up here on this second drive. Shotgun formation for Edgar. McManus in the backfield. Look quick, pass quick over here near side. Almost a broken tackle, but pushed out of bounds by Anderson. Pass complete there to Leighton Whitty. It will be a 6-yard pickup there for the Eagles. Canton Galva so far in their aerial attack doing the same thing Frankfort has early on, just quick passes to the flats, either curls or getting their running backs out into that open space, attacking the corners of Frankfort here, who would be Wes Anderson in this contest, and Ty Smith over on the other end. It's going to be a fake now to McManus, getting it out to the flat into the hand of Collins. First down, Canton Galva. Ball's going to go from the 34 to the 26. 8-yard pickup there for Wyatt Collins, as now back-to-back pass completions for the Eagles have Canton Galva moving into Frankfort territory. On the season, Collins leads this team in receptions, 15 receptions for 396 yards, almost 26 yards per reception. When this team needs to throw it, they like to take deep shots and gets run after catch too as well. McManus goes in motion, right to left. It's going to be a run up the middle with Whitty. Good enough for a pickup of a few, taken down by Ole Martin Sauvé there from his defensive tackle possession. A 2-yard pickup there will be the official call as the Eagles now have it inside the 25-yard line of Frankfort. Frankfort took their opening drive of this contest down 4-6 on a 10-yard pass completion, touchdown completion from Anderson to Carter Olson. Canton Galva answered back with a touchdown run of their own by Lane McManus, his first one on the night. Here's a swing pass to the shifty running back, out of bounds. He's going to be pushed by the Frankfort secondary, but a third down and short now will be the call inside the red zone of Frankfort. First catch there for McManus. 6-yard pickup there will be the official call. Just rolled under 1 minute left to play here. First quarter, sun going down in Canton, Kansas. Beautiful evening here on KNDY FM 95.5. Glad to have you all along. Max Wlasky with the call in our Friday night featured game of the week in a busy regional section that involves games with Axel, Hanover, Centralia, Valley Heights, and here versus Frankfort. Run up the middle there by McManus is going to get some space. Broken tackle into the secondary. Almost took that one to the house, but stopped short by Wes Anderson. Ball from the 18 up to the 8 on a 10-yard run for McManus, who now has 36 yards on just 7 rushes here this evening. Clock rolls under 45 seconds as the Eagles look to get another one on this board before quarter breaks. Frankfort in this front 7, or I guess front 6 really, has been playing good here the last couple weeks, but Canton Galva taking advantage of right up the middle runs here in this one. A fake to McManus, quarterback is going to follow him up the middle. Pickup of 4 there.
Down by number 30, Combs for the Wildcats.
Whitty is actually going to get that in the Wildcat formation, and that should take us to quarter break, and it does. Canton Galva leads this one at the end of 1, 8-6. You're listening to high school football here on KNDY.
Friendly, personalized service to meet your banking needs. That's the standard at First National Bank, Frankfort.
My community bank has responded to the changes needed to keep my money safe and secure. They've switched to cards with the latest technology, which is safer and more secure than before. My community bank provides safety and security while staying on top of the latest banking trends.
Let First National Bank's brand of banking be responsive to your needs. First National Bank, Frankfort, proud to be your community bank. Member FDIC.
F&A Construction will build it right. Call today for a quick quote if you're building, remodeling, or adding on. Enjoy your home more and increase its value with F&A Construction. They'll tackle your every project to make sure it's done right. For complete construction services, call on F&A Construction today at 292-4692. That's 292-4692.
Wanklin Oil is proud to serve the community with propane, gas, and diesel fuel right to your home or farm. Family owned and operated, they'll deliver your fuel with an old-fashioned personal touch. Their dependable quality service at the lowest price available makes them a leader in the field. In addition to propane and diesel, they also offer tank repair, sales, and service. For your fuel and heating needs, Wanklin Oil is just a call away. 800-794-2019. They have the energy since 1926.
Max Blasky back with you here on KNDY FM 95.5. Frankfort trailing in this one after quarter number 1, 8-6. But Canton Galva threatening deep inside Wildcat territory. Second down and 4 now to go at the north end of the field as both teams switch. In the backfield alone will be Edgar. Motions a man, that's McManus right to left. Edgar's going to look to pass. 3 straight completions now. Caught in the corner of the end zone. No, incomplete. Stuck his hands up there. Heck of a catch there at the front of the pylon. Was looking for Lane McManus, the do-it-all man for the Eagles. But incomplete is going to be the call from that front judge. Awfully close there for the Eagles. About put up another 6 on this Frankfort defense, but the defense holds strong. Needing to hold 1 more or 2 more stops. This deep, 3rd down and goal now to go from the 4-yard line. A big stop for Frankfort would really shift this momentum. Wildcats took the opening drive of the game down for 6. Canton Galva answered on their first drive of the game with 6 themselves and the 2-point conversion. Gun formation now. It's going to be a sprint right with Ediger. He's going to try and get to the end zone, pushed out of bounds. Just short is going to be the official call. So from the 4, he's going to go down to the 2-yard line. Getting that run there.
It'll bring up 4th and goal for the Eagles here.
Was Ediger. 4th down and 2 now on that carry. 4th down and 2 for this Frankfort defense, needing to get a stop deep inside their own end zone. I formation, 2 running backs. It will be Ediger at quarterback. Takes the snap, pitches it left side. Whitty's going to try and get to the edge right side. He's going to dive. He's going to be close. Touchdown. Canton Galva by about 6 inches. Took a shot as he is still down on that sideline, on that far sideline over there. Took a shot from a Frankfort defensive back, but he will get in for 6. 6-14 now is the score. That speed of Leighton Whitty getting to the edge on the 2-yard touchdown run was big for this Canton Galva offense. Probably got the wind just knocked out of him, but we're going to go ahead and take a break here before we bring you this 2-point conversion. Timeout now. It's Frankfort Trails 14-6.
I know it takes good hands to place the winning kick. This is Jack Bloomer, holder of the Big 12 champion Kansas State Wildcats. Inline Construction of Marysville specializes in concrete, commercial, and residential construction. Call them today at 785-562-5525 to plan and execute your building project. When you hire Inline, rest assured you'll be in good hands from start to finish.
So Leighton Whitty will come off. Just got popped pretty tough there on that touchdown run. Ediger in the backfield. Shotgun will take the snap on the 2-point conversion. Quarterback power left side. Runs through a Frankfort defender. Carter Olson couldn't get him down. And it is 16-6 now with 11:43 left to play here in this second quarter. We're going to keep it right here as we wait for this Frankfort kickoff. The all-dangerous Lane Loiseau back to receive on that one. Looking at a few scores else from around the league with 1 minute left in the first quarter. Axel up big on Hutch Central Christian already, 36-0. Of course, if Axel is able to move on, a matchup possibly of state-ranked Osborne next week for the Eagles would be upcoming. Clifton Clyde trails Wichita County 16-0 early on in that contest. And, of course, here the Frankfort Wildcats trailing 16-6 here on our KNDY Friday night featured game of the week here on FM 95.5. Max Blasky with you here. Glad to have you all along on this beautiful Friday night from Canton, Kansas. Back to return deep will be Lane Loiseau. Leighton Whitty will be your kicker now for the Eagles. Looking at those 2 losses, too, from Frankfort here early on in the season against Linden and Axel, a common theme in that one could not stop the run. Linden ran all over Frankfort for 372 yards. Axel a little bit more balanced, 154 yards and 168 through the air. But this defense for Frankfort is going to need to stiffen up in the middle as Lane McManus already has 7 rushes for 36 yards. Leighton Whitty has 5 receptions for 13 yards and that touchdown, while quarterback Jaden Ediger has pitched in 13 yards on the ground too as well. Second kick that's going to go out of bounds off the right leg of Whitty will start this ball at the 25-yard line, the same exact position that they were in when they scored a touchdown on their first drive of this contest. Trailing 16-6, second quarter action here. Beautiful evening for football here on KNDY FM 95.5. Anderson's going to take a shot over the middle. Had actually two receivers on that one. Carter Olson wide open down the middle, and for the second time here in this game, Trent Harden left wide open going down the sideline on the straight 9 route. Couldn't connect on the first one as a great defensive play was made by the Canton Galva defensive back. That one, Anderson just took the other option in that, play. Second down and 10 now for Frankfort. Talking to head coach Nick Anderson, staying ahead of the chains was a key. Frankfort needs to pick up positive yardage in this one if they want to stay competitive with Canton Galva. 3-man front for the Eagles. Pressure's going to come to the right side. We're going to hit Armstrong in the flat. Armstrong breaks a tackle close to a first down, and then a little bit more. Good running by the senior, Bronk Armstrong, up for 11-yard reception. First reception there for Armstrong on the night, as a strong runner is that senior. Of course, as a freshman, Armstrong part of that Frankfort team back in 2020 that went all the way to the Final 8. A sub-state berth there for the Wildcats, ended up losing 74-26 to TVL Hanover. The talking head coach, Nick Anderson, has been a big part, him and Wyatt Keller, of this year's success for this year's team. First down and 10 now, ball to 37. We're going to get it to Olson here near side. Olson trying to break one tackle. Now he's going to reverse field. Looking to get a block is Olson. Gets another block. It should be a block in the back, and it will be on Frankfort. Olson should have went down for about 2 yards, or pick up 3 yards here on this one. He ended up reversing field all the way back to the left side. Started on the right, ended up on the left, and coming up and laying a smoke show on a Canton Galva defender. Couldn't see who it was for Frankfort, but saw it from up here. That's going to back the Wildcats up a good amount of yardage here in this one. That will be the call on Frankfort, their second accepted penalty here so far tonight. So backing up the Wildcats now into a deep first down and 10, it'll be a first down and 18 is going to be the call from the spot of the foul is how that one works. So it happened just about the 40-yard line, so we're going to back it up now to the 29-yard line of Frankfort. But a reset of downs here as Frankfort looks to get back into this contest, trailing 16-6, 11 minutes left to play here, second quarter. Frankfort took the opening drive down for a touchdown. Canton Galva has scored the last two unanswered. Anderson will motion Armstrong out of the backfield, now alone. Pressure's going to come from Anderson, and he's going to be sacked. No, he won't. He'll get that ball away, almost completes it, but will avoid a loss of yardage coming up from his linebacker position. Scot-free there was Lane McManus, had Wes Anderson dead to his right. Anderson, the shifty sophomore, did a good job of staying on his feet and getting that ball away. But again, here we go, a long second down now. News for the Frankfort offensive lineman, too, as well. Sam Backman looks like he went over to the sideline. Looks like he maybe got a left ankle rolled up on a little bit as he's going to get that looked on. I believe Ole Martin Save will now come in for him along that offensive line. Or will be Fred Rosequist, excuse me. Second down and 18 now to go after the incompletion from Armstrong. Did a good job of dancing out of that one. And before the snap, Coach Anderson wants a timeout. We're going to take it with them. Frankfort trailing this one 16-6. Second quarter action. You're listening to high school football right here on KNDY.
Landall Company in Marysville is expanding and looking for career-minded individuals who want to work for a stable company that's been in business for 60 years. Currently hiring welders, painters, assemblers, fabrication, and maintenance. Experience preferred but not required. Competitive wages, merit increases, annual raises, and promotions. $2 per hour shift differential for second and third shift. 4% attendance bonus based off your gross weekly wage. Apply online today at landall.com.
Stay connected, stay informed. Get the Frankfort community's top stories every week. Frankfort Area News is a small-town community newspaper dedicated to their advertisers, subscribers, and community. The Frankfort Area News was established in 1991 and is the official paper of the City of Frankfort, City of Vermilion, and USD 380. They love receiving news from their readers. If you have an engagement, wedding, birth, family reunion, or something you think local readers would enjoy, or to subscribe, get in touch with the Frankfort Area News at 292-4726.
Back in our KNDY Friday night featured game of the week, Frankfort Wildcats trailing this one 16-6, but driving. Anderson will roll out right. Now he's going to be sacked. The three-man pressure, too much from the Canton Galva Eagles as Wes Anderson just takes the big loss on second down and 18. Not what you wanted coming out of the timeout if you were head coach Nick Anderson, not one bit. A loss of 5 yards there for quarterback Wes Anderson, as now Frankfort, midway through the second quarter, with that 5-yard loss, no rushing yards, are not in the positive, I guess, here tonight. Loizo has 2 rushes for 6 yards, Armstrong a negative 1-yard rush, and Anderson that 5-yard loss here early on, which the ground attack has been so important for Frankfort here the last couple of weeks to keep them balanced. Pressure again comes from that defensive end. Looking for a man here near side. Had Loizo, but dropped it. Coming up to clean his clock, defensive back Jaden Edgar coming up, pressuring Loizo, but Loizo had that one in his hands, maybe heard footsteps. Would have been close to a first down on a 3rd down and 23, but now we're going to have 4th down and 23 from the 24-yard line. Oh, so close to a game-breaking play. Lane Loizo has many of those here this last couple of weeks, but that one not to be. Loizo will be your punter. Back to the ever-dangerous McManus. It's going to go left side, take a Frankfort bounce at just about the, where's going to be the call? 35-yard line. Looked like it was touched by Trent Harden at the 35. It rolled all the way down to the 30. So the official mark will be at the 35, and that's where Canton Galva will get this drive started. So this Canton Galva offense that has been rolling here the last 2 possessions, Frankfort defense has not been able to stop the rush game. Already over with 50 yards here in this contest as a team here in this one does Canton Galva. I formation now for the Eagles. That should be a false start as the running back left early, but we're not going to call it. Run up the middle is going to be stopped by that Frankfort defense. Big stop there by Wyatt Keller, the big senior up the middle. A loss of 1 yard there for McManus, who looked like he left just a little bit early, but it seems to happen in the backfield a lot sometimes. Those running backs will start to lean just a little bit much. Won't necessarily get called. 2nd down and 10 now. It's going to be a long 2nd down and 10 from the 36-yard line. McManus will be here split out left in the backfield with Edgar will be Whitty. Now Edgar will look back to pass near side here. McManus gets it, tackled roughly out of bounds, and a face mask call is going to be called on Lane Loizo. Was up there close to the headset. Official called it so. So a 7-yard pass completion, tack on 15 more here for Frankfort as they are digging themselves a big hole to climb out of here in this second quarter. Lane McManus, such an athlete, didn't even come out of the backfield on that one.
It's a 5-yard variety.
I guess just a 5-yard penalty on that one, but yet nonetheless, a first down will be given to Canton Galva on what would have been a 3rd down and short. So now a 1st down and 10 to go, ball at the 34-yard line of Frankfort. McManus will be split out left again, too, as well. Talked about it just a moment ago. Doesn't have to line up in the backfield. So versatile is Lane McManus. Almost 2,000 total yards on the season with 41 total touchdowns to his name for the senior. Now we're going to have a penalty up the middle. A false start is going to be the call normally on the offense. Believe that back judge got him on that one. So we're going to mark that 5 yards right on back for Canton Galva.
Bring up 1st and 15.
3 penalties accepted now for Canton Galva. 3 for Frankfort, 2 as well. 2 of those for Canton Galva had went out a bounds on the kickoff, so not in the field of play, but this one's going to back them up behind the sticks. First down and 15 now to go, 8:51 left play here, second quarter. Frankfort trailing this one 16-6. Edgar in the backfield with Whitty to his right. He's going to look right side, find McManus. Who else? Down near the first down line. Shifty out of bounds. Got those 6 yards back. It'll be about an 8-yard pickup there for Lane McManus.
Result of the play, 2nd and 8 for the Eagles.
8-yard pickup there for Canton Galva. 16-6 is our score as Frankfort trails in this one. Winner will match up in a sectional game either against Lebo or Hanover. That game happening tonight too as well. We'll bring you scores and updates from around the other action here in the state as they come. Canton Galva gets the second call. Now trouble with the snap, and they're just going to have to fall on it on that one. Edgar's just going to land on that one. Loss of, about 5. They're marking it out 6 yards on that one. So now a 3rd down and 14 coming up for the Eagles. Something Frankfort needs to do here is not allow Canton Galva to get back out of these long yardage situations. Already have the Eagles pinned deep a few times here in this one, and long yardage situations have allowed them to get out of it. Shotgun formation now. Edgar in the backfield. McManus there to his left. Fakes to him, now throws over the middle. Incomplete as he was looking for his favorite target, Wyatt Collins across the middle. Will bring up now a 4th down for the Eagles. So 4th down and 14 now to go. Ball just across midfield. What is going to be the call for head coach Shelby Hoppus and his Eagles? Everyone looking to the sideline. This Canton Galva offense runs a quote-unquote very pro-style offense. They'll break and then look at the sideline to get the play. Canton Galva is going to want to talk it over. We'll take the timeout with them. Frankfort trailing here 16-6.
Call Parthimer Electric at 268-0553. At Parthimer Electric, we specialize in residential and commercial electrical services and are dedicated to providing customer service that is second to none. Parthimer Electric won't leave the job until you're satisfied. Parthimer Electric is available at all hours and offers flexible services for indoor or outdoor jobs. You can visit us on the web at the Parthimer Electric Facebook site or give us a call at 268-0553. Parthimer Electric in Frankfort.
Max Blasky back with you here in Canton, Kansas. The Frankfort Wildcats trail this one 16-6, in this regional matchup here on this week 10 of the Kansas high school football season. Eagles backed up into a long 4th down and 14 just on the other side of midfield. Wyatt Collins will go into the backfield tight end tight. McManus will be on the right side, tight end tight too as well. We'll shift over now left side per instructions of quarterback Jane Edgar. Edgar alone in the backfield in the shotgun. Collins left early, but we're not going to call it across the middle. Pass is incomplete off of the hands of McManus in the coverage there. A good job from the Frankfort defensive back, Ty Smith, to break that one up for the Wildcats. And now Frankfort in golden scoring opportunity need to take advantage of this one. Best starting field position they've gotten all night, just short of midfield here for Frankfort. Canton Galva a turnover on downs. Frankfort with one already here, themselves 2 tonight. Now a 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats. Passes Anderson, rolls right. It's going to look near sideline, caught right at the 30. What's going to be the official call? Catch for a 1st down there. Carter Olson, 10-yard pickup there. As Frankfort now moves into Canton Galva territory.
For the Wildcats from the Eagle, 33.
93 yards, 1 touchdown here for Wes Anderson in this first quarter. Sophomore quarterback and thrown it pretty well so far here in this one, but Frankfort needs to establish a little bit of a run game. Only 4 rushes, according to my tally here so far in this first half. They're at their best when they are balanced. Anderson in the backfield with Armstrong behind him to his tight right hip. Shotgun formation. Two receivers left, Loizo and Olsen. It's going to be a screen pass to Loizo. He's going to get in space. First down, or awfully close for the Wildcats. It's going to be officially a 9-yard gain there for Loizo, as back-to-back pass completions put Les Anderson unofficially over 100 yards for this game. Second down and 1 now to go. A good play call there from head coach Nick Anderson. Just a quick little flat screen kind of for Loizo. Get the ball in your playmaker's hands. Now Loizo lines up in the backfield. Olsen and Armstrong to the right. Split out. Gun formation. It's going to be Loizo trying to bounce it to the left. He's going to get enough for the first down and then a few extra.
Loizo on the carry, brought down by number 57.
Ball from the 24 up to the 20-yard line, so a 4-yard run there for Loizo as he picks up a new set of downs for Frankfort.
From the Eagles, 21.
First and 10 now, just rolled under 7 minutes here until halftime. Of course, keep it tuned in for our halftime news, weather, and sports. We'll take a look around the League 2 as well and check out some other games that are happening on this sectional weekend here in the Kansas high school football season. Gun formation, Loizo back in the backfield. Harden to the left, Armstrong and Olsen to the right. Speed option here, right side. Late pitch to Loizo. He's going to get up near the 10-yard line. Takes a hit from McManus. That bounces right back up, gives each other a little pat on the butt. Good camaraderie or good sportsmanship shown there by both of those teams on a nice pickup there by Loizo. 7-yard pickup there for Lane. 17 yards now on the ground on back-to-back rushes. Good job there by Frankfort, too. Of course, they like to spread the ball out. Will line up their men wide, too, as well. But that one, just a little speed option to the near side. Picked up a nice chunk of yardage, staying ahead of the sticks. Now Armstrong will be to the left of Anderson in the backfield. Anderson in the shotgun. Pressure comes this left side. They're going to throw it opposite side. Oh, he broke it, but now he fumbled it. I believe that was Harden who caught that one. It will be Trent Harden. Did he jump on it? He did jump on it. Boy, that was a close one. It's going to be a first down call from the officials. We have an injury timeout for a Canton Galva Eagle. He pops up real quick, though. Looks like that will be the quarterback, Jaden Ediger, who took the run in of the hit on that one. But a first down nonetheless for Frankfort as Harden holds on that one. Got it inside the 10 now, so a 4-yard pickup for the Wildcats. This ball is inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. First and goal here from Frankfort. Trailing 16-6. Canton Galva will receive the second half kickoff as Frankfort elected to receive the first half one. Armstrong in the shotgun. Loizo to his right, 2 receivers right, 1 left. We're going to look right now, look back right in the middle. Olsen wide open. Down around the 2-yard line, 6-yard pickup there for Carter Olsen. McManus is going to get the tackle credited to him, the do-it-all man for the Eagles, staying engaged in both sides of this ball. Frankfort threatening here, though, second down and 3 to go. 5:45 left to play here, first half. Frankfort threatening for the second time here tonight. Their second and third drives both stall out, had to punt this one away. But this one, thanks to a penalty on Canton Galva, looking good. There's going to be a snap now. Power run, left side. Armstrong in for the Frankfort touchdown. 3-yard touchdown by number 10, Brock Armstrong. With 5:24 left to play here in quarter number 2, Frankfort cuts this one down to 4, 12-16. 2-point conversion now pending. Had talked about it a little bit in the opening. September 1st was the last time this Canton Galva team has played a team that they did not 45. That was the first week of the season. Let's see if Frankfort can hang close with them and show them what Twin Valley League play is like. Pass is going to be complete to Olsen, and that's going to be good for the 2-point conversion. Frankfort only trailing by 2 now. 5:24 left to play for halftime. We'll take a timeout. Bring it right back here to KNDY Friday night featured game of the week. Frankfort Wildcats at Canton Galva.
When caring for someone you care for, let Frankfort Community Care Home offer you peace of mind. With all private rooms, regardless of payment status, your loved ones will live in a home where life is worth living. A care-first approach that's unique to each resident's likes and dislikes, needs and preferences is what sets Frankfort Community Care Home apart. Staff will go the extra mile, and private rooms for every residence are just a few ways Frankfort Community Care Home continues to be a home with a heart.
Max Blasky back with you here on our KNDY Friday night featured game of the week. Brock Armstrong punches it in from 3 yards out. Anderson finds Olsen for the two-point conversion. The only difference in this game so far is that first two-point conversion of the game, one in which Frankfort was not able to find their receiver. Trailing 16-14 here versus Canton Galva, team that comes into this contest 8-1. Frankfort 7-2 on the season, but talked about it a little bit. Frankfort, I feel, has just been more battle-tested throughout this 1 year as well. And talking to head coach Nick Anderson, that was going to be a key for his team in this one, as Loizo gets a leg into that one, about hits the crossbars at the other end of the field. But talking to head coach Nick Anderson, talk about the competitive style and the competitive schedule that they have played here so far. Yes, they have those 2 losses, but has this team learned from those losses is going to be the key so far here tonight. Came out really hot on their first drive, a little bit of a lull, it seemed like there midway through that first quarter, but on that last drive, a little bit more energy. I think this Wildcats defense is going to be a key for them moving forward too, as well, for a team that has forced a decent amount of turnovers here this season. Up the middle, it will be a run close to a first down. Big cheer there from the home team. Canton Galva as Lane McManus gets up close to a first down. Then a 9-yard pickup there. 44 yards now on 9 carries. Here over 4 yards per carry for the man that averages 14 yards per carry. Salt State running back with just under 2,000 total yards and 41 touchdowns on the season. Option play is going to go to McManus again. Pick up 3 on that one. Get enough for a first down. But a good job by defensive end Brock Armstrong, the big senior who is the catalyst for this defense for the Frankfort Wildcats. Read that play perfectly, rode McManus to the ground for a short game, and it's going to be important not to let those defensive ends start to get sucked in too terribly much, because we saw on that first drive, Canton Galva does have the speed to get to the outside. Edgar alone in the backfield will hand it off to McManus. A late handoff. McManus somehow handles that one. Rode it on his back hip up the middle. Armstrong another tackle. As back-to-back plays the senior has made. A no gain there for McManus. As Armstrong, a good job of forcing that run for no gain. Clock starting to become a little bit of a factor here. Still first half action. Frankfort leading 16-14. 4 minutes left to go here before halftime. But if this Frankfort offense can get another opportunity to put some points on the board, I'm sure head coach Nick Anderson will take it. Both teams have each used one of their timeouts, so 2 apiece now as we wind under the 4-minute mark until halftime. Low snap. McManus is just going to go sprinting to the right side, but tackled along the edge there. Big tackle by Lane Loizo on that far sideline. Stood up after a gain of about 4, maybe 3 on that one. Loizo just came up and stopped McManus cold in his tracks. Not juked out by the speedster, as McManus just took that direct snap, and he looked like a bullet coming out of a bottle on that one. He's trying to get right off tackle, but Loizo did a good job of coming up from his cornerback position. Now we're going to have some switches here. Substitution for Canton Galva. Frankfort will substitute itself. Gun formation now, and we're going to have a flag, a false start on Canton Galva as they've been trying to move fast in this one. This is their second false start penalty here of the night. 4th accepted one. 2 false starts and 2 kicks that have went out of bounds on the kickoff have given Frankfort good field position on their 2 drives. This one will back Canton Galva now up to a 3rd down and 12. Mentioned it a little bit earlier, but this Canton Galva team reminds me of how a college or NFL-style offense will run. They're running players in and out. They're looking to the sideline, getting the snaps. Those running backs have been a little bit early, leaving a time or 2. And here we go. Third down and 12, ball at the 25-yard line. McManus is going to try and bounce it, trying to get to the outside, does a little bit, finally pushed out by Hardin and a few other Wildcats. A pickup of, we're going to call it 4 on that one, as Ty Smith is the one that's going to get credited for the push out of bounds, and clock continues to run.
And 7 for the Eagles.
5-yard pickup for McManus, who now has 55 yards on 13 carries and the 1 touchdown to his name. Clock continuing to roll. 4th down and 7, ball on the 30-yard line of Canton Galva. Going back will be Loizo, but it doesn't look like Canton Galva will punt. Both teams getting their substitutions in where they need it. Now we will back up to punt. I believe that will be Jackson. Chris Blip gets it high off into the air. Lane Loizo will catch it about the 20. Comes near side here looking for a block. Frankfort already with 1 block in the back tonight here. Gets around the left side up until the 40, across the field into Canton Galva territory. And a great return by Lane Loizo. 23 yards right into that Frankfort bench. And head coach Nick Anderson and his boys are fired up as they have an opportunity here to score right before halftime. Frankfort trailing 16-14, 2:18 left to play here, first half though. Frankfort jumped out to the early 6-0 lead. Canton regained it on a 6-yard touchdown run by Lane McManus. 2-point conversion was good, 8-6. Canton Galva put another one on the board as McManus found the end zone again. And then Gronk Armstrong found the end zone for the Wildcats midway through this second quarter. Anderson's going to look back to pass, puts it in the breadbasket of Loizo, up close to a first down. Pass complete. It is going to be a first down there for Loizo. McManus rides him out of bounds. 10-yard pickup there for Frankfort. 63 yards now, unofficially on 6 catches for Lane Loizo here in this one. First half already. A man that went over 140 yards on the ground with 4 touches last week versus Beloit St. John's Tifton. Frankfort now at the 26-yard line of Canton Galva. Ball's on the ground. Anderson dives on it.
Recovered by Anderson.
Saving a possession there for the Frankfort Wildcats, just simply took his eyes off the ball on that one. A 3-yard loss now for Frankfort will put them back behind the sticks. Frankfort tried to run a little bit, I think, option power to that left side. Anderson already had his eyes up looking at that defensive end, didn't secure the ball, and now back behind the sticks. 2nd down and 13, ball at the 29-yard line. 1:40 to go here before halftime. Screen pass here near side. Olsen will get out of bounds. He's going to be pushed out of bounds, and we're going to take one quick break here as Frankfort is driving, trailing 16-14.
Your opportunity, your solution, your success. That's Souther's Feeds approach, and that's what sets us apart. I'm Leanne Litton, and I invite you to experience the Souther difference. We're about visiting the ranch, walking your pens, and weighing the options to develop a ration combination that will be the most efficient and profitable for your business. Souther's, a family-owned company that identifies opportunities and applies solutions for your success. Souther Feeds in Frankfort and online at SoutherFeeds.com. Souther Feeds, where your success is our success.
Down and 7 play now here for Anderson. Looks left side. Loizo near the sticks. Gets out of a tackle. First down, Frankfort Wildcats.
Anderson's pass to Loizo is complete. Down number
13. We're going to call it a 10-yard pickup there for Loizo as he is having himself a heck of a game through the air. Back-to-back 10-yard receptions for Loizo as he has been toting this ball exceptionally well. Back-to-back completions, 2 here for Anderson. Frankfort set up the run in that last drive, now going back to the air. Ball at the 12, just outside of the red zone in Canton Galva. Swing pass here near side. Loizo's going to cut it up the middle. Pass completion, more of a halfback toss type of a play as clock runs under 1 minute left here to play before halftime. With it running, Anderson's going to want to take a timeout. We'll take it with them. Frankfort threatening here, trailing 16-14.
With fall harvest in full swing, Trailers for You would like to remind you to give them a call to book your Hogemeyer and Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed. This is Jane Studer with Trailers for You, located at the corner of Highway 9 and 99 in Frankfort. We have travel-long tilt, dump bed, flatbed, and stock trailers on hand. Call us at 785-292 4166 to order NetWrap now to take advantage of the fall sale and get your Merit stock trailers ordered for delivery in the spring. Call 785-292-4166. Go Cats!
Stocked with the freshest produce and always fresh meat counter, J&R Market in Frankfort is your full-service grocery. Start saving today with weekly specials. The J&R Market app makes shopping a breeze, so you're in and out and on your way. Open 7 days a week for your convenience, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. until 7 p.m., Saturday 9 to 6, Sunday 9 to 5. Freshest produce, best selection, greatest value, J&R Market in Frankfort.
Max Blasky back with you here on a Friday night from Canton, Kansas. Remind everyone, too, tomorrow college football on KNDY. KU will play Iowa State at 6 p.m. right here on 95.5. On K-State will play Texas at 11 a.m. on our sister station, FM 94.1. AM 1570. Anderson looks back to pass on a second down and goal to go. Finds Armstrong. Touchdown, Frankfort Wildcats. Brock Armstrong. A 6-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Wes Anderson to his favorite senior running back Brock Armstrong on the 6-yarder. Puts Frankfort up 20-16 here right before half with 51 seconds left to go here before halftime. 2-point conversion now pending for the Wildcats. In the backfield, it will be Anderson with Armstrong to his right. Trent Harden will be tight into that side. It's going to be spinner back. Armstrong's going to try and get to the edge. Late pitch to Loizo. Gets it in for 2. 22-6. Frankfort leads this one. We're going to take one more timeout before halftime, but Frankfort takes the lead late here in the first half.
Hello and thank you for calling. Our operators are busy at the moment. Please hold the line and we will answer you shortly.
Stop the madness! With Blue Valley, there's less time on hold, more time together. Blue Valley Technologies offers reliable internet that works when you need it. And if there's an issue, we have local customer support that will make sure you're back online in no time. Find out more at bluevalley.net.
Bat Tire in Frankfort is the place to go for tires in Frankfort. Why drive anywhere else? Offering a full range of tires, including Kelly tires and Hankook tires. Get the very best in tire technology for superior handling and longevity. Bat Tire will keep you on the road and headed to where you need to be. Replacements or repairs, they'll get you rolling again. Bat Tire in Frankfort, a proud supporter of the Frankfort Wildcats. Good luck.
22-16 our score here, 51 seconds before halftime. Wes Anderson finds Brock Armstrong for the go-ahead touchdown for the Frankfort Wildcats as they lead Canton Galva here in this regional matchup, in a Week 10 of Friday Night Football. Boy, a little more extra juice on that kickoff as the way Martin Savay kicks it way out of the back of the end zone. So Frankfort leading this Canton Galva team 22-16. Need to shut out this offense here before we go into half. Canton Galva will receive the second half kickoff, so it's important for this Frankfort offense to hold steady and hold Canton Galva here 2-0. 51 seconds, ball will start at the 15-yard line. Run at the middle by McManus. No, Ediger is going to keep that one, and he breaks away. Ediger across the midfield, down to the 30. Can he outrun the Frankfort defense? Touchdown, Canton Galva. Just like that, the Eagles backed into it. Leighton Whitty was the run that ran that one all the way down for a touchdown. 85 yards. For the touchdown, 85-yard touchdown run by Leighton Whitty for Canton Galva with 51 seconds left here to go before halftime. Had just talked about it. This Frankfort defense had to hold strong, an option play. They were worried about McManus. Throw it into the end zone. It's incomplete, but Canton Galva ties this one up on one play at 22. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. Let me regain my thoughts as we're 41 seconds away from halftime here at Canton Galva.
Flint Hills Mechanical is a call away for your plumbing work, heating, and air conditioning. Backed up or won't drain? Call Flint Hills Mechanical. New and existing plumbing work, plus heating and air conditioning, as well as custom sheet metal service. Call on Flint Hills Mechanical. Find them on Facebook or give them a shout at 785-313-0103. Flint Hills Mechanical, Frankfort.
It took Canton Galva all of 3 seconds to run that one in for a touchdown. 10 seconds came off the clock from the time Whitty touched that ball to the time he crossed the plane for a score. And just like that, we're back to where we started. 22 all, tied up here with 41 seconds left to go. Leighton Whitty just took that one 85 yards right up the gut on the first play of that drive for Canton Galva after Frankfort took a good couple minutes off the clock, scored on a 6-yard touchdown pass from Anderson to Armstrong with 51 seconds left. But like we said, about 10 seconds later, Whitty takes that one 85 yards. Frankfort playing very good defense up until that point. I guess it is the announcer's jinx. Whenever you start talking about a good thing, it usually goes to the opposite way. But so be it here this evening. Wildcats have played good in the first half. Need to close out this last 41 seconds. They, with their offense, have an ability, too, to put some points up the board here late. A little squib kick's going to be taken by Olsen right about the 15-yard line. He's going to try and get a block from Loiza, get around that left edge, gets up to about the 25-yard line, and that's where Frankfort will start this drive. 36 seconds left, 2 timeouts in the hip pocket of head coach Nick Anderson and his Wildcats. The full length of the field to go, 25 is where it will start. 55 yards to go until the end zone. Of course, Canton Galva will receive the second half kickoff. Frankfort won the coin toss, elected to take the first possession of the game. It paid off as the Wildcats put it in for 6 for pay dirt. Their 2-point conversion was no good. That even out moments ago with Canton Galva's first no good 2-point conversion. Pressure comes off the left side as Anderson rolls right. Pass is complete to Olsen. Goes out of bounds after a pickup of about 6 yards on that one. 6 yards to Carter Olsen, who's having himself quietly a very good night here in this one. Most importantly, clock stops. 31 seconds. Frankfort has been doing this all game. Passes in the flat, quick curls to their receivers. They've tried to take a shot down the middle to to Olsen, was not successful. Now Anderson will look back fast. He's going to take a shot left side. That's Trent Harden. Tries to lead his man out there, put it only where Harden could find it. Harden has been open twice already on those straight go routes from his wide receiver spot. That one, the defense did a better job of staying with the receiver, but Anderson, a heck of an arm, threw it from this near hash all the way to the far sideline from about the 25-yard line down to the 20. So a good arm for Wes and maybe a chance just to stretch it out here right before halftime. But a 3rd down and 4 now. Don't want to give this ball back to Canton Galva. 22-22, our score, 26 seconds left to go here before half. 2-man rush from Canton Galva. They're going to try and get around the edge. Flow pass to Loiza, wide open down that left sideline. Pickup of about 16 yards there for Lane Loiza, as he is having himself a very good game. Unofficially 89 yards on 8 receptions for Loiza here in this one. And Frankfort now into Canton Galva territory. 20 seconds left. Wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a shot down the middle of the field maybe here on this one. Anderson will be in the backfield with Armstrong to his left or to his right hip pocket. Now that actually will be Loiza. Fake to Loiza. Pressure comes down that right side. Anderson steps up, takes a shot, wide open. Brock Armstrong had it in his hands and dropped it. Left all alone here near side at the 10-yard line. It bounced off his left forearm and dropped harmlessly to the ground. Canton Galva just lost the running back coming out of the backfield, and that might have been the opportunity that Frankfort needed to capitalize on here before half. Moving into the second half, though, that is not the first time there's been a wide-open Frankfort receiver here against this Canton Galva defense, a defense that hasn't faced a perimeter threat like this Frankfort Wildcats team. In fact, has not given up more than 24 points in an entire game this season besides week 1, and that was a 42 in a loss. Anderson in the backfield, take the Loizo in motion. We're going to give it to Armstrong again, left side. He's going to get out of bounds right at the 30 with 8 seconds left. Picked up about 5 yards, but boy, I'm sure Brooks wanted that one back from moments ago.
It'll bring us 3rd and 5.
Good job by Armstrong to get out of bounds, though, on that one. Saves the timeout, but with 8 seconds left, I'm sure we're looking at a shot to the end zone here or maybe one more quick pass. Just joining us, Frankfort jumped on the board early on with a 6-0 lead. Canton Galva answered back 8-6. 2 unanswered for the Eagles as they led 16-6 at the beginning of the second quarter. Frankfort scored 2 unanswered of their own on a 3-yard touchdown run by Brock Armstrong. Then he hauled in a 6-yard touchdown pass, and an 85 touchdown run by Whitty gave Canton Galva the tie here. Here's going to be a quick pass thrown up to Trent Harden, a completion of, we're going to call it 12 yards down inside the 20, and Frankfort takes their last timeout. So a good job there by head coach Nick Anderson and his Wildcats using this clock, using their timeouts where they needed it to as well to get them in position to possibly take this late score again. Thought about it moments ago. Frankfort took the 22-16 lead with 51 seconds left, but exactly 10 seconds later, taking it 85 yards to the house, Leighton Whitty ties it for Canton Galva. Frankfort started this drive with about 50 seconds on the clock and have managed to get it all the way down from the 25 down inside the red zone for Canton Galva. So one shot here to the end zone, 3 seconds left, tied up at 22. And Sauvé is actually going to kick it. So a field goal attempt here. It's going to be a 35-yard field goal attempt if that is the case. And Canton Galva Anderson takes his last and final timeout. So we're going to keep it, though, right here with 3 seconds left to go before halftime. Frankfort tied with Canton Galva 20-all, a Canton Galva Eagles team that over the last 6 years is 64-8, including a 8-man Division I state championship back in 2019. Last year a sub-state loss to Axtell. The year before, a sub-state loss to Axtell. Of course, this is only the second year that Canton Galva has been an 8-man Division II opponent. Last year losing to TVL comrade in the Axtell Eagles. This year, Frankfort Wildcats looking to do the same thing for a second straight year here in this regional matchup. Sauvé will stay at the kicking position right at the 35-yard line. A 34-yard kick is going to be the official call on this one from the left hash. Snap is a little high. It's partially blocked. It's going to hit the ground. And now McManus looks to return this one. Thought we had a live ball situation where McManus holds it out of there. Oh, but the play was whistled dead by the official before the snap. No, it's going to be after the kick. And that's going to take us to halftime. So at half, Hanover tied with Canton Galva 22-22. We're going to take a timeout for news, weather, and sports, though. But keep it tuned right here as a great regional matchup here in Week 10 of the Kansas high school football season is going on right here on KNDY FM 95.5.
We don't have to tell that harvest season is here. And while you're working the fields, Kramer Oil is on the road for you. Kramer Oil's commercial fuel delivery brings premium fuel right to your farm, making sure your machinery never skips a beat. Fast, reliable, and always on time. Because during harvest season, every second counts. Keep your farm running smooth with the name that's been there through it all. Kramer Oil. Our family serving yours for generations.
Bob Hull Incorporated specializes in directional drilling for water lines, sewer lines, or any type of utility line, and they also do rock trenching. Give them a call at 785-292-4790. That's 292-4790 for all your directional drilling or rock trenching needs. Bob Hull Incorporated of Frankfort, proud supporter of Frankfort High School.
KNDY has been your sports leader of local teams since the days of leather helmets.
Well, okay, not that long, but since the days before the Blue Valley and Nemaha Valley Leagues combined, for over 40 years, KNDY has been your source for scores, interviews, and live play-by-play action of your favorite teams all season long. The game and technology may have changed, but our coverage remains the same. KNDY, your area sports leader, on air, online, and on our mobile app. To keep your vehicle running good and looking good, all you need is M&R Auto Parts in Frankfort. Motor oil, air filters, spark plugs, batteries, brakes, and more. M&R also has what you need for the outside of the vehicle. Wheel cleaners, glass cleaners, washes, and waxes. That's M&R Auto Parts, your CarQuest Auto Parts dealer in Frankfort.
Friendly, personalized service to meet your banking needs. That's the standard at First National Bank, Frankfort.
My community bank has responded to the changes needed to keep my money safe and secure. They've switched to cards with the latest technology, which is safer and more secure than before. My community bank provides safety and security while staying on top of the latest banking trends.
Let First National Bank's brand of banking be responsive to your needs. First National Bank, Frankfort, proud to be your community bank. Member FDIC.
Max Blasky back with you here in Canton, Kansas, as we are knotted up at 22 between the Frankfort Wildcats and the Canton Galva Eagles on a blustery Friday night of Week 10 football here in the state of Kansas. Regional action underway, and boy, this was a good one. Frankfort jumped out early with a 6-0 lead with a 10-yard touchdown pass from Wes Anderson to Carter Olson, to what conversion was no good on their first drive of the game. Canton Galva answered back on their first drive of the game with a touchdown run by who else but number 3, Lane McManus, the big senior for the Eagles, already with 55 yards on 13 carries and that touchdown here tonight. The 2-point conversion was good by the Eagles as they took the early 8-6 lead. The Eagles struck next on a 2-yard touchdown run by fellow quarterback Jaden Edgar, giving the Eagles the 16-6 lead at the beginning of the second quarter. Frankfort took time off the clock there in that second quarter and scored twice, once on a 3-yard touchdown run by Brock Armstrong, then on a 6-yard touchdown reception by Armstrong himself. 2-point conversions were good on both of those, and that gave Frankfort the 22-16 lead with 51 seconds left to play before halftime. Canton Galva had 50 seconds to go the length of the field, and they did it in one play. Leighton Whitty, a 85-yard touchdown run to the house with 50 seconds left to play before halftime. Took them exactly 10 seconds since Frankfort scored theirs. Frankfort did have an opportunity here at the end, though. Drove all the way down to the 20-yard line of Canton Galva, decided to kick a 37-yard field goal. It was partially blocked, no good, and we are knotted up now at 22. Canton Galva will receive this second-half kickoff, as winner of this contest will move on to face either Lebo or Hanover. A lot of action happening around our area too tonight. Taking a look at a few score updates courtesy of our friend Jeff Wirtz over at the TVL Spotlight. Axtell already victorious over Hutchinson Central Catholic 52-6. That game was called at halftime. In 1A action, starting off, the Valley Heights Mustangs leading Cedric 14-6 with 2:52 left to play on the game. A 90-yard touchdown run by quarterback Carson Spoons was topped off by a 10-yard touchdown run by Kason Biggin, giving the Mustangs the lead. Jefferson County North leads Centralia 8-0 in our other 11-man action game going on here this evening. As for 8-man action, of course, here we are knotted up at 22 at halftime. Axtell has already defeated Hutchinson Central Catholic. Wichita County leads Clifton Clyde 52-12. and the game everyone is keeping an eye on. Hanover leads Lebo 14-0 early on into that second quarter. So the winner of that Hanover-Lebo game will face off against the winner of this Canton Galva Frankfort game next week in sectional action. We're going to take our last time out here of the halftime, as we're going to bring you some stats and scores from that first half, as well as a recap and preview of this second half to come. Don't tune anywhere, though. A dandy here in Canton Galva, as the Wildcats and Eagles are all knotted up at 22.
F&A Construction will build it right. Call today for a quick quote if you're building, remodeling, or adding on. Enjoy your home more and increase its value with F&A Construction. They'll tackle your every project to make sure it's done right. For complete construction services, call on F&A Construction today at 292-4692. That's 292-4692.
Wanklin Oil is proud to serve the community with propane, gas, and diesel fuel right to your home or farm. Family owned and operated, they'll deliver your fuel with an old-fashioned personal touch. Their dependable quality service at the lowest price available makes them a leader in the field. In addition to propane and diesel, they also offer tank repair, sales, and service. For your fuel and heating needs, Wanklin Oil is just a call away. 800-794-2019. They have the energy since 1926.
Max Blasky back with you here on this Week 10 Kansas High School football action, knotted up at 22 between the Frankfort Wildcats and Canton Galva Eagles. Looking at some stats from that first half, all unofficial, I mind you, as we're running play-by-play and stats at the same time. Through the air, quarterback Jaden Ettinger, 5 for 9 passing, 55% completion percentage, 46 yards through the air on 9 attempts. 3 of those receptions have gone to the do-it-all man Lane McManus, who has 3 receptions for 21 yards. Leighton Whitty, who has that long touchdown run, 2 receptions for 24 yards. And leading receiver on the year, Wyatt Collins, with 16 touches to his name, only with 1 catch for 8 yards, came all the way back in the first quarter. Talked about a little bit in the opening about when Frankfort, their 2 losses this year against Linden and Axtell, controlling the running game was going to be key for the Wildcats. They gave up 154 yards on the ground to Axtell and 372 to Linden early on in this year. So far on the offensive side, pretty good besides that one long run. 161 yards Canton Galva has on the ground in this first half. 85 of it come on that touchdown run by running back Leighton Whitty late in that second half. So take that away. Frankfort has held this Canton Galva offense that averages 60 points per game, just to 76 yards on the ground and 22 points on the scoreboard. As for the Frankfort Wildcats, a little less balanced than I think we'd figured, but they did show it nicely there midway through that second quarter. Lead man for the Wildcats, Wes Anderson, finishes that first half 7 for 22 through the air for 172 yards already, 2 touchdowns, a 77% completion percentage. He did take 2 sacks, though, in that contest, as Canton Galva has brought defensive pressure in this one. Receiving, it has been the Lane Loizo show. He has 8 receptions for 89 yards, no touchdowns to his name. Brock Armstrong, 3 catches for 23 yards, 1 touchdown. Carter Olson, the favorite target on the season, 5 receptions for 39 yards and a touchdown, while Trent Harden has also got in the action for 3 catches and 27 yards. Rushing ways, Lane Loizo leads the way with 4 rushes for 17 yards. Brock Armstrong, 2 rushes for 2, and Wes Anderson, -8 on those 2 sacks. We'll look to see how Frankfort comes out here first on defense, as we're moments away from second half action here in this regional matchup.
I know it takes good hands to place the winning kick. This is Jack Bloomer, holder of the Big 12 champion Kansas State Wildcats. Inline Construction of Marysville specializes in concrete, commercial, and residential construction. Call them today at 785-562-5525 to plan and execute your building project. When you hire Inline, rest assured you'll be in good hands from start to finish.
Landall in Marysville is expanding and looking for career-minded individuals who want to work for a stable company that's been in business for 60 years. Currently hiring welders, painters, assemblers, fabrication, and maintenance positions. Experience preferred but not required. Competitive wages, merit increases, annual raises, and promotions. Shift differential, attendance bonus, benefits including paid time off, holidays, incentive bonus, insurance, and more. Apply online at Landall.com or phone 785-562-5381. EEO Vets and Disabilities welcome.
Second half action, moments away, knotted up at 22, 24 minutes to go on to see who plays in a sectional matchup next Friday. Will it be the Wildcats of Frankfort possibly playing a home game, or will it be Canton Galva moving on, taking over the TVL opponent? Long line drive kick is going to go into the night air to the north side. Breeze still a little swift from that north way, just about 5 miles per hour. McManus, the shifty man from Canton Galva, will get the return up till about the 24-yard line. Good job by the Frankfort recovering team on that one. Coming up a little slow on that kickoff return there was Alay Martin-Save, the defensive lineman / kicker for the Wildcats. Looks like he's okay as he goes to the sideline, and Frankfort will start it out here defensively. So the do-it-all man, McManus, with almost 1,400 yards to his marker here in this season, held to 55 yards on 13 rushes. Will get his first one of the night up the middle for about 6 yards, in this first one of the second half. Up the middle for 5 yards will be the official call from the scorekeeper as Canton Galva looks to break our tie here first in this one. Max Blasky with you here along tonight on FM 95.5 at KNDYradio.com and, of course, in the KNDY mobile app. Thank you all for tuning in. And, of course, thank you to all the sponsors all season long that have made these broadcasts possible for us to do. Made the nice 2.5-hour drive down here this afternoon. A beautiful day for a drive. And let's see if we can get a beautiful night for a Frankfort Wildcat victory. 5-yard pickup there for McManus is right up the middle. They continue to go to the well. A first down now for Canton Galva just short of the 35-yard line on their side of the field. Knotted up at 22, just started second half action here on a beautiful night for some regional football. Up the middle, it's going to go. There goes Whitty. Spun around nicely by Anderson. Spun him down, almost suplexed him into the ground. Got better that one did Anderson, but Whitty will pick up 8 yards. Now over 100 yards on the night. Thanks in part to that long 85-yard touchdown run right before half for Leighton Whitty. The senior here possibly playing his last home game, leaving it all out on the field. 8 seniors on this Canton Galva squad compared to only 3 for the Wildcats. It's going to be McManus left side as he plays quarterback on that one. Good enough for a first down. 5-yard pickup there for Lane McManus, as now 4 straight carries of 5+ yards has been the mark for McManus to come out here at halftime. Up the middle has gone the rock here for Canton Galva on the first 4 plays from scrimmage. Started off this game trying to get it to the outside, went back to the middle of that Frankfort defense, tried to attack those defensive tackles, middle linebackers. Frankfort did a good job of shoving that down later on in the half. Here's going to be an option getting out of a sure tackle for loss. I believe will be Whitty along that far sideline. It will actually be McManus who gets the run again. Pickup of a short 3. McManus probably could have given that one off to a Whitty up to the middle, but nonetheless a 3-yard gain here for Canton Galva as clock ticks here, third quarter action. Knotted up at 22. Frankfort jumped out early in this one. First drive of the game went down for a touchdown. Since then it has been back and forth. Late pull there by the quarterback. He's going to go up the middle. We're going to have a penalty flag, I believe, come in for a face mask. Getting away from it was Whitty as he comes up hobbling on that right ankle. So let's see what the official call is from that back judge. It is going to be a face mask penalty on Frankfort. So after the 13-yard pickup,
14 yards on the play.
14-yard pickup there for Whitty, who now has 130 yards rushing on the night on only 8 carries and 1 touchdown. He will stay in the game, humbling a little bit on that right ankle. Ball now inside the red zone for Frankfort. Ball at the 14, 1st and 10 now to go after the face mask penalty on the Wildcats. 4th accepted one here tonight for Frankfort. McManus is going to fall up the middle there. Hardin will claim the tackle for the Frankfort defense. 2nd and 7 there as McManus rumbles forward for 3 yards. Frankfort defense that has been gassed at times here this season looked to be a little out of sorts as this game started, but found their rhythm midway through that first quarter, had been playing very good before that last touchdown run by Whitty before the game. Wide open in the middle of the end zone, picked off by Lane Loiza right at the goal line. Loiza's going to try and return it near side here, tackled by quarterback, but Lane Loiza comes up with a huge pick here in this one. An interception by Jaden Eddington. Loiza gets the pick. Whitting actually was the thrower on that one, but a Frankfort team that has forced 18 turnovers here this season alone on this defensive end comes up with another one big here late. 18 forced turnovers. Let's make it 19. Frankfort stops Canton Galva on their first drive of this second half. Now this offense back in motion. Henderson will roll out right, look for his favorite target. Olsen across the middle will find him, spins out of one tackle, spins around another tackle, now has runners up across the 40, breaks the tackle down to the other 35-yard line, will get chased down from behind, but Carter Olsen, a huge pickup. 45 yards for Carter Olsen on that pitch and catch as he just continued to keep those legs churning for a Frankfort offense that has been looking for something here in this one. Been very methodical so far in this contest. Playing nicely has this offense been, but they finally a big play there for this Wildcats team. Ball all the way down now to the 15-yard line of Canton Galva as Frankfort is threatening. Frankfort should hold a 6-point lead, but gave up a late 85-yard touchdown right before halftime to Canton Galva. Armstrong looks left, now finds Hardin, back corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Frankfort Wildcats. 15-yard touchdown pass from Wes Anderson to Trent Hardin, and Frankfort takes the lead. A perfectly placed ball there from Wes Anderson to Trent Hardin. Finds the back of the end zone on the 15-yard touchdown pass. And just like that, Frankfort takes the 28-22 lead and takes that interception by Lane Loiza to their advantage. 2-point conversion now pending here for Frankfort. Anderson alone in the backfield. Will roll right side. That's where the protection is. Wide open. Had Olsen, but just overthrows him. But Frankfort takes the lead here after this interception by Loiza. 28-22 is our score. Frankfort leads. We're going to take a timeout. Bring it right back here to our KNDY Friday night featured game of the week.
Stay connected, stay informed. Get the Frankfort community's top stories every week. Frankfort Area News is a small-town community newspaper dedicated to their advertisers, subscribers, and community. The Frankfort Area News was established in 1991 and is the official paper of the City of Frankfort, City of Vermilion, and USD 380. They love receiving news from their readers. If you have an engagement, wedding, birth, family reunion, or something you think local readers would enjoy, or to subscribe, get in touch with the Frankfort Area News at 292-4726.
28-22 here is our score. Early third quarter action as Frankfort takes the lead on a 15-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Wes Anderson to Trent Hardin. If you've been tagging along all evening Trent Harden has been open on a lot of these go routes, just have not been able to find him. Here on that one, near side, left wide alone in the back of the end zone. A few score updates here to pass along for you. Get the Clyde Eagles finish their playoff run with a 58-12 loss to Wichita County. Valley Heights is leading 22-6 midway through that second quarter. And, of course, if you're just joining us, too, as well, the Axel Eagles move on with a 52-6 win over Hutchinson Central Catholic. Here in Canton, Kansas, 28-22 is our score as Frankfort takes the lead here at the beginning part of this third quarter. A score that was really set up by the defense. Canton Galva had the ball inside the 10-yard line of Frankfort. I believe it was Whitty that went back to pass on his first pass attempt of the night, was trying to hit his tight end, Wyatt Collins, who was wide open in the end zone, but Lane Loizo climbed the ladder at the goal line, picked it off with two hands, returned it out to the 20 for the Wildcats, and quarterback Wes Anderson did the rest. Found Carter Olson for a 45-yard pickup, then a 15-yard touchdown pass to Harden. Now this defense will have to stiffen up, and there's a good tackle there, a group tackle in there on that. Armstrong, Harden, and Anderson in on that tackle on the first down run by McManus. Lane McManus already filling up my score sheet here. 80 yards on the money on 19 carries and one touchdown unofficially here tonight for the All-State running back from Canton Galva. We're going to pull it, go up the middle, tackle by Sauvé. That was an excellent read there by the defensive tackle. Edgar is going to pick up, we're going to pick up 3 yards on that one. But Ole Martin Sauvé absolutely doing an excellent job getting off his block from the center and tackling the quarterback on that quarterback option one, which Edgar kept it up the middle. Had McManus on the far side, but decided to keep it. 3rd down and 4 now, ball on the 21-yard line of Canton Galva. Shotgun formation for Edgar. McManus alone in the backfield. Swing pass, left side, pass complete. Close to a first down marker. I think they're going to give it to him on this one.
4 yards on the play.
Whitty will pick up a first down for the Eagles. A good job there by the quarterback, Edgar, of getting the ball quickly out of his hands after Canton Galva turned it over on their last possession. A interception by Lane Loizo for the Wildcats gave Frankfort excellent field position, and the Wildcats did the rest, leading this one 28-22, 6:16 left to play here, third quarter action. Shotgun formation, McManus is going to get it out on the draw. Tackled gang there by who else but Lane Loizo. First man there for the Wildcats was Trent Harden off that defensive end position. A gain of maybe 1. We're going to maybe give him 6 yards on that one as McManus just strung that one out until there was no more room to go. These defensive ends for the Wildcats, especially Trent Harden, had himself a heck of a game a couple weeks ago against the Hanover Wildcats. Talking to head coach Nick Anderson, wasn't in the stat sheet near as much as everyone else, but was always out there making plays, and especially in the second half. So let's see if it sticks with him here tonight. Run up the middle. McManus is dropped down in the backfield. Big stop by who else? Trent Harden. You mentioned his name, and there he is. A pickup of nothing for McManus will keep him at 81 yards on the evening. This front three for the Wildcats here on this drive especially, talked a little bit about in that first half, had struggles containing the run all season. They gave up 372 yards to Linden in one of their 2 losses this year, but in this contest doing a good job here in the second half. Pistol formation for Edigan. He's going to look past left side, over the head of the intended receiver, and incomplete. 3rd down stop there for the Wildcats, deep inside their own territory. Let's see what Canton Galva decides to do here. Boy, just what you were looking for if you're head coach Nick Anderson and his Wildcats. Force Canton Galva into a quick 3-and-out, get that offense back on the field that just moved up and down this field here on that first possession so effortlessly. And it will be a punt formation here for Canton Galva. Woody will be back. Now he backs up. The ever dangerous Loizo stands at his own 23-yard line. Kicks away into the night. That goes straight up into the air. It's going to land about the 35-yard line. Everyone gets away from it. Takes a Canton Galva bounce down into the 30. And that's where Frankfort will start this next possession.
And that's where they'll take over 1st and 10.
1st and 10 now here for Frankfort. Upcoming. An excellent job by this Frankfort team here in these last couple possessions. And an opportunity to put some points, more points up on the board. Doing some quick math here real quick as I look at it. Wes Anderson already with 232 yards unofficially in the air and 3 touchdowns so far here tonight as he controls this Wildcats offense. 28-22, Frankfort leads, 4:40 left to go. Ball in the hand of Anderson. He's going to throw far, picked out of the sky by Olsen, and he's going to break this one. Down the far sideline, Carter Olsen goes across the 20, across the 30, crosses midfield, 10-5, touchdown, Frankfort Wildcats. Carter Olsen do it all on that one. A 40, 50, 54-yarder. For Carter Olsen, just continues to put it on here for the Frankfort Wildcats. Took them exactly 3 minutes to score their next touchdown in this quarter as Frankfort takes the 34-22 lead. A big play again for Carter Olsen and the Wildcats as they push this lead up to 12. 2-point conversion for Frankfort pending. Anderson in the pistol in the backfield, but Wiseau to his back hip. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left will be Harden. It's going to be quick option right side. Anderson in for the 2-point conversion. 36-22. Frankfort leads this one. We're going to take a timeout. You're listening to the KNDY Friday Night Featured Game of the Week here on KNDY.
Call Parthimer Electric at 268-0553. At Parthimer Electric, we specialize in residential and commercial electrical services and are dedicated to providing customer service that is second to none. Parthimer Electric won't leave the job until you're satisfied. Parthimer Electric is available at all hours and offers flexible services for indoor or outdoor jobs. You can visit us on the web at the Parthimer Electric Facebook site or give us a call at 268-0553. Parthimer Electric in Frankfort.
When caring for someone you care for, let Frankfort Community Care Home offer you peace of mind. With all private rooms, regardless of payment status, your loved ones will live in a home where life is worth living. A care-first approach that's unique to each resident's likes and dislikes, needs and preferences is what sets Frankfort Community Care Home apart. Staff will go the extra mile, and private rooms for every residence are just a few ways Frankfort Community Care Home continues to be a home with a heart.
Well, they set the kick for the Wildcats.
Carter Olsen, have yourself a night so far. 7 receptions, 138 yards unofficially, 2 touchdowns. Wes Anderson, 280 yards and 4 touchdowns on 25 attempts. This Frankfort offense that came in averaging 44 points per game has put up 36 here on 8-1 Canton Galva, and we are still a full quarter away from the end in this one. A breezy night down here in Canton, Kansas. Try and keep the wind out of your ears as we're atop the press box here, but a beautiful night for some high school football, and the Frankfort Wildcats absolutely killing this one. Ole Martin Sauvé kicks that one through the goalpost on the extra point. I've often been a component. I think if you can do that, especially in high school, you should be able to get an extra point, but we'll leave that one for a different discussion. Frankfort leading 36-22 here. 4:27 left to play in this third quarter. Frankfort 2 unanswered touchdowns in this half. We were knotted up at 22s coming out of halftime. Lane Loizo picked off a pass right at the goal line on Canton Galva's first drive as they were deep inside Frankfort territory, set up a first driving opportunity for Frankfort. Here goes McManus, though, left side, the ever-dangerous backs, gets a little space up and until about the 30-yard line. So a good 15-yard pickup there by McManus as this Canton Galva team obviously will not go away. That is the longest run for Lane McManus here tonight. A 15-yard rush for a senior that comes into this contest averaging 14 yards per carry, almost 2,000 total yards this season and 41 total touchdowns. He has 96 yards on 22 carries and 1 touchdown to his name here tonight as this Frankfort defense has been stout against him. Pass is going to go incomplete as Edeker throws it incomplete again. That is now 2 straight incompletions to go along with the interception for the quarterback from Canton Galva. This team that was trying to replace a large senior class of a last year's squad, one that thought they were state-bound but ran into an Axel Eagles team that, of course, themselves were state-bound, looking to try and get back to a sub-state game here today, but the Frankfort Wildcats have been exceptionally strong here in this one. A run up the middle again by McManus. For short, we're going to give him a 2-yard gain there as Wyatt Keller, the big senior, in for the tackle. A 3rd down now and 8. Ball on the 32-yard line for the Eagles. 3:50 left to play in this third quarter. Frankfort leading 22-36. We were knotted at the 22 going into half. Frankfort has answered 2 unanswered touchdowns on long plays by Carter Olson. One of 45 yards and one of 54 yards. Run up the middle, stopped by the interior of that Frankfort defense. Coming out of there, Trent Harden, Brock Armstrong, Wyatt Keller. Whitty will get the carry, a carry for no yards.
Bring up 4th and 8 for the Eagles.
As now a 4th down and 8 play will be in line coming up here next. 4th down and 8 from just short of midfield. Ball at the 32-yard line for the Eagles. They've not done anything here this half, have been up and down offensively in that first half too as well. Frankfort defense playing strong and playing with more energy coming out of that halftime break. 3 minutes left to play here, third quarter. Ediger's going to take the snap low, tries to get it near side. Incomplete, picked off there. Picked off near side. That's going to be Anderson. Returns it to the 20, tries to break around and up to the 15. Wes Anderson, quarterback, throws it to quarterback, and Anderson comes up with the pick.
Tackled by number 16, Joey Ratcliffe.
A second straight drive ends in a turnover for these Canton Galva Eagles, and Frankfort is looking to pour it on here in this third quarter. Didn't want to mention it too much in this opening, but Canton Galva, the last time they played a team that they did not 45 was all the way back in on September 1st. That was a 42-40 loss to Little River, and since then Canton Galva has 45 every opponent that they have seen. So I was interested to see what would happen to this Eagles team if Frankfort stayed tight, and it looks like Frankfort is looking to take advantage. Swing pass to Loizo, runs through an Eagle defender there on the far sideline. Pick up for some positive yardage as this clock continues to run. Easy swing pass there for Wes Anderson. Continue to keep him rolling here in this one. 6-yard pickup for Loizo as he is eyeing the century mark on the ground. Anderson eyeing the 300-yard mark through the air unofficially too here in this one. 2nd down and 4 now, ball at the 10-yard line. Frankfort threatening inside the red zone for Canton Galva. That snap is on the ground and hit the butt of the center. Canton Galva saying they got it, and they do. So Canton Galva comes up with a big turnover just when Frankfort was in position to put this game up even farther than they had. It just went off the inside leg of the center, it looked like. Anderson was in the shotgun as he had been all night, but it looked like it was almost just a under-center snap as the ball just landed about 6 inches behind the line of scrimmage. So Frankfort needing this defense to switch their gears back on. 1st down and 10 now for Canton Galva, down at their own 13, deep in their end zone. Swing pass, McManus, he's going to get driven out of bounds by Brock Armstrong as the defensive end does a good job to push out the shifty McManus on that one. A pickup of maybe 1 yard is going to be the official call.
It'll bring up 2nd and 9.
2nd down and 9 for Canton Galva as we roll under 2 minutes left to play here in this third quarter. Talking to head coach Nick Anderson, he said he was going to have to see great play from his defensive line here tonight against a Canton Galva team that boasts some good size. And so far here, they have been doing it right on cue. Trent Harden taking down Leighton Whitty right at the line of scrimmage. They're actually going to give him a few yards here now on the second down. As now it'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Eagles. Was looking at the Hanover score there. Frankfort leading 36-22 here in this one. Looking around the league real quick, passing along scores. Sheff County North leading Centralia 8-0 at half. Last check, Hanover led Levo in that one at the second quarter. Here's going to be a run, continue to string out, and that defensive line for the Frankfort Wildcats pushed out McManus for a gain of nothing. A 4th down and 5 now for Canton Galva. If this Frankfort defense can hold them there, they will have given up no yardage on that turnover on the fumbled snap. Max Blasky with you here this evening. KNDY 95.5, our Friday night featured game of the week. Frankfort Wildcats down here in a regional matchup versus the Canton Galva Eagles. 4th down and 5 now. Ball at the 18-yard line of Canton Galva. Quarterback straight drop back near side here. Swing pass close to a 1st down. I think he got out of it. McManus did. Let's see what the official call is. Needed 5 yards. He got 6 yards as Whitty comes up with the pitch and catch on that one, and Canton Galva stays alive for another play.
Result of the play, Eagles football, 1st and 10.
That will take us, though, to the end of the third quarter. Teams will switch in. Frankfort scores 2 unanswered in this quarter, leads this one 36-22. You're listening to our KNDY Friday night featured game of the week right here on FM 95.5.
Your opportunity, your solution, your success. That's Souther's Feeds approach, and that's what sets us apart. I'm Leanne Litton, and I invite you to experience the Souther difference. We're about visiting the ranch, walking your pens, and weighing the options to develop a ration combination that will be the most efficient and profitable for your business. Souther's, a family-owned company that identifies opportunities and applies solutions for your success. Souther Feeds in Frankfort and online at SoutherFeeds.com. Souther Feeds, where your success is our success.
With fall harvest in full swing, Trailers for You would like to remind you to give them a call to book your Hogemeyer and Golden Harvest corn and soybean seed. This is Jane Studer with Trailers for You, located at the corner of Highway 9 and 99 in Frankfort. We have travel-long tilt, dump bed, flatbed, and stock trailers on hand. Call us at 785-292-4166 to order net wrap now to take advantage of the fall sale and get your Merit stock trailers ordered for delivery in the spring. Call 785-292-4166. Go Cats.
Max Blasky back with you here in Canton, Kansas. Frankfort Wildcats leading 36-22. Looking at some other scores from the area. Axtell already victorious over Hutchinson Central Catholic, 52-6. In 8-man action, the Valley Heights Mustangs leading Sedgwick 30-6 right before half. Centralia trails Jefferson County North 8-0 at half. Clifton Clyde season ends with a 58-12 loss to Wichita County. And in other action, at last check, Hanover was leading Levo 14-0 early second quarter. Shotgun formation now, going back to pass. Willby again absolutely bombs it down the field, but out too far of his intended receiver, Jaden Ediger. Ediger was 55% completion percentage coming out of halftime. Since then, 1 for 3, and not a lot of pressure from this Frankfort front three as we've seen all season. Ediger just not looking comfortable back there in the pocket. And, of course, when your quarterback isn't playing up to par and you're relying on Lane McManus, the do-it-all man here for Canton Galva, who has over 1,300 yards and 27 touchdowns on the season, this Frankfort defense has done a good job to key in on McManus here so far tonight. Whitty will get the run far side, tries to keep it, brought down by who else but Trent Harden as that Frankfort side erupts in front of head coach Nick Anderson, and for good reason. This Frankfort team leading 36-22, a run for no gain for Whitty on that one, who does have 134 yards to his name, but 85 of those coming on one carry right before halftime. Gun formation now for Ediger. Two receivers right, one here to the left, tight end, tight left. Extra formations, quick pass out here to McManus. Defense comes up, Loizo and Olsen on that tackle. Pushes him out of bounds after a gain of, we're going to call it 7 there for McManus.
Result of the play, 4th and 2 for the Eagles.
4th and 2 now for the Eagles. That one, McManus, as he's just been here in the second half, just lines up wide at wide receiver, about a 5-yard hitch, and let the shifty senior get into motion. But Frankfort doing a good job of tackling at the point of attack. Not too many missed tackles here for this Wildcats defense that has tagged them all season long. 4th down and 2, ball now at the 33-yard line for Canton Galva. Frankfort leading 36-22. Ediger in the backfield with McManus to his left hip. Ediger looks to pass, left side up in the air, picked off by Anderson. Second pick for Wes Anderson as he's going to return this down the left side, crosses field inside the 20, and Frankfort is in motion. Wes Anderson, pick number 2 here with 11:04 left to play in this fourth quarter. Number 2. That one was batted up in the air by Trent Harden off that defensive in position, and Anderson did the rest. Picked it off and returned it. We're going to call it 28 yards to put Frankfort in scoring position here yet again. Ball at the 13-yard line of Canton Galva. Frankfort already leading by 14, 36-22. Wide open here will be Olsen near side. They finally cover him. Loizo's going to get a halfback run up the middle. Oh, we're going to rumble forward here for about 5 yards and run some more clock. Was Lane Loizo. Cherry will get the tackle for the Eagles. Second down and 5 now will be the call on the 5-yard run by Lane Loizo. Wes Anderson, have yourself a night. 2 interceptions on the defensive side. On the offensive side, unofficially 286 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions for the young quarterback, and this Frankfort offense has been rolling. Second down and 5 now to go. Ball at the 8-yard line. Olsen will be standing tight end to the left side. It's going to be a quarterback-powered left side behind Armstrong. Lays a hit for Brock Armstrong up close to a first down. It was second down and 5. We're going to give him 7 yards on that run for Armstrong. As now Frankfort has the ball inside the 5-yard line. Ball's going to rest at the 2 now with 10:04 left to play here in this contest. Frankfort taking all the time they need on this play. Leading by 14. Clock continues to roll here in this regional matchup between Canton Galva and Frankfort. Canton Galva, a state power for the last 6 years under head coach Shelby Hoppus. Frankfort looking to make another magical run just as they did in 2020. Armstrong up the middle, running power, touchdown, Frankfort Wildcats. A 2-yard touchdown run by number 10 himself, Brock Armstrong, puts the Wildcats up 42-22. 2-point conversion now pending here for Frankfort. Armstrong with 2 touchdowns on the ground, both short yardage, as the big power back makes this Canton Galva team pay. Shotgun formation now for Anderson. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Armstrong in the backfield with Anderson. Option left side. Anderson's going to keep in for 2, and Frankfort leads 44-22. 9 minutes left to play in this contest. We're going to take a timeout. Keep it tuned here right though as you're listening to our KNDY Friday Night Feature Game of the Week here on FM 95.5.
Stocked with the freshest produce and always fresh meat counter, J&R Market in Frankfort is your full-service grocery. Start saving today with weekly specials. The J&R Market app makes shopping a breeze, so you're in and out and on your way. Open 7 days a week for your convenience, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. until 7 p.m., Saturday 9 to 6, Sunday 9 to 5. Freshest produce, best selection, greatest value, J&R Market in Frankfort.
Hello and thank you for calling. Our operators are busy at the moment. Please hold the line and we will answer you shortly.
Stop the madness! With Blue Valley, there's less time on hold, more time together. Blue Valley Technologies offers reliable internet that works when you need it. And if there's an issue, we have local customer support that will make sure you're back online in no time. Find out more at bluevalley.net.
Of course, KNDY is not only your home for high school sports throughout the fall season, we're also going to be your home for high school basketball as that kicks off here in just a few weeks. Also home for college basketball as both KU and K-State play this weekend. KU has the 6 o'clock kickoff right here on FM 95.5 up at Iowa State. That means a 5:30 pregame will kick us off tomorrow. K-State has the early game as they are down in Austin facing off against top-rated Texas Longhorns. That's an 11 o'clock game. That means 9 a.m. pregame will start over on our sister station, FM 94.1, AM 1570. Of course, basketball season getting underway, too, as well. Next Monday, both KU and K-State play. KU at 7 o'clock, K-State at 9, and next Thursday, too, as well. Both teams will play. We'll have those coverages on their respective channels, too, as well. Here in this one, Frankfort leading 44-22. It was 22 to 22 at half. Frankfort elected to receive the first half kickoff. They took the first drive of the game down for a touchdown, put it into the end zone, a back-and-forth first half. Frankfort actually led 22-16 with 50 seconds left to play before half, but an 85-yard touchdown run by Leighton Whitty tied us up at 22, but since then it has been all Frankfort. An interception by Lane Loizo stopped Canton Galva down at the Frankfort 10-yard line. 2 interceptions, 2 by quarterback Wes Anderson, stops 2 Canton Galva drives. So for a Canton Galva team that on the season has turned the ball over 9 times, they've turned it over 3 times here in this contest. And coming into this game, had talked with our very own Jeff Wirtz of the TVL Spotlight about a few goals or a few keys for this Frankfort team, and I said a defensive stop was going to need to be the key. Well, Frankfort has come up big with those 3 interceptions here tonight against the Canton Galva offense that has put up 60 points per game, but has not had a close game since, I'll reiterate it again, September 1st. There's going to be a timeout by Canton Galva. We're going to take it with them. You're listening to high school football right here on KNDY.
Bat Tire in Frankfort is the place to go for tires in Frankfort. Why drive anywhere else? Offering a full range of tires, including Kelly tires and Hankook tires. Get the very best in tire technology for superior handling and longevity. Bat Tire will keep you on the road and headed to where you need to be. Replacements or repairs, they'll get you rolling again. Bat Tire in Frankfort, a proud supporter of the Frankfort Wildcats. Good luck.
Frankfort Wildcats lead this one. Of course, a big shout-out to all our sponsors this night: M&R Auto Parts, F&B Frankfort, F&A Construction, Wankland Oil, Interline Construction, Landall Corporation, Frankfort Area News, Parthimer Electric, the Frankfort Community Care Home, Souther Feeds, Trailers for You, J&R Market in Frankfort, Blue Valley Technologies, Bat Tire, Flint Hills Mechanical, Kramer Oil, and Bald Pole Incorporated, making this contest possible for us here tonight and throughout the season, too. Thank you to all the sponsors, as we will have high school football coverage all the way through the state game as long as we have an area team make it. A screen pass here, a late flag is going to come in. I'm going to bet money this is going to be a face mask on Frankfort. It came in from the back judge as an awkward tackle on Whitty there, a 5-yard completion. And, yep, they're going to move it forward. Personal foul, face mask on the Wildcats.
This time's the 15-yard variety.
Penalty now, 5 accepted penalties for Frankfort in this one. Will push the ball all the way up from the 15, all the way up to the 35-yard line as this Canton Galva crowd trying to get back into this contest. A back-and-forth game in the first half, but Frankfort has opened it up here with 3 unanswered touchdowns since halftime, thanks in part to 3 turnovers. Pass here near side, almost picked off again. Good defensive position there by the corner from Frankfort. That's Ty Smith, who's been playing himself a heck of a game. Was aiming for who else but Lane McManus again here, this near side. And Smith did a good job of getting that head turn, about landed right into his hands on the first down and 10. But a shot Canton Galva will have to continue to take here if they want to find their way into this one. Surprised we haven't seen any more run game from Canton Galva, even though they are trailing here by 22. An 85-yard touchdown run right before half by Leighton Whitty tied us up at 22. So we'll see what the plan is moving forward here in this one. There goes up the middle. Shouldn't have said anything. Whitty will pick up about 10 yards on the quarterback keeper right up the middle. We're going to give him 9 yards on that second down and 10 call as he gets up a little limpy. He took a shot there in that first half on the touchdown run on that far end zone. Got up a little gimpy, but has been playing strong here the last couple possessions. Now in the backfield, standing there favoring that right ankle just a little bit. 3rd down and 1 now. Ball to go at the 36-yard line of Frankfort. Shotgun formation. They're going to get it to Whitty. He's going to look halfback pass. Spins around. Picked off. Make it Wes Anderson, number 3. The quarterback comes up big on the defensive end, and Wes Anderson gets himself his 3rd interception of the night with 8:20 left to play here in this contest. 4 turnovers now for this Frankfort defense. They have forced and are in control of this set regional game against Canton Galva. Looking to make another run as they did back in 2020 as this Frankfort Wildcats team, one in which they lost a sub-state game to Hanover, 74-26. Of course, the winner of this game will take the winner of Hanover-Lebo. Hanover led at last check 14-0. Louisa will get the first down run. Should have been tackled about 6 times, but picks up a good 15-yard chunkage there on the ground for Louisa and his Wildcats. 38 yards now for Louisa on the ground on 6 rushes through the air, 9 receptions for 95 yards, as this entire Frankfort offense has been a well-balanced offensive machine here in this one. 44-22. Frankfort leads this one as clock ticks under 8 minutes left to go into the contest. Max Blaska here with you on this evening. Thank you all for tuning in back home. We're just east of McPherson down here, Canton, Kansas, as Frankfort has a little trouble with that play. The handoff between Armstrong and Anderson will cause the Wildcats to lose a good 5 or 6 yardage. It's going to be -6 there for the Wildcats, but leading 44-22. Clock will continue to move now with the 2nd down and 16. Talked a little bit too to head coach Nick Anderson about these boys' preparation for this game. Of course, last year they went in to St. John's Beloit Tipton and won 48-28 in a game that not many thought they necessarily had a chance. Ended up winning that one, lost the next round to Lebo, but returned 100% of their offense back for this year. And he said these seniors, especially Brock Armstrong and Wyatt Keller, have been absolutely driven this year to be better and do better this entire contest. And here so far tonight, they are showing it. Anderson will get a pitch here near side, pickup of about 0 for, Brock Armstrong getting the pitch on that one. So now 3rd down and 15 here for Frankfort. Of course, the winner of this game will take on the winner of Lebo and Hanover. Last check, Hanover was leading that one 14-0. Of course, If you are a Frankfort fan, you remember that game from about 3 weeks ago. Frankfort went up to Hanover, had an opportunity to call that game, and absolutely handled the Wildcats of Hanover 62-14. Frankfort will take a timeout. We're going to take one last break with them here as we wound down this contest. 6:07 left to play here in this one. Frankfort leading this regional matchup 44-22.
Flint Hills Mechanical is a call away for your plumbing work, heating, and air conditioning. Backed up or won't drain? Call Flint Hills Mechanical. New and existing plumbing work, plus heating and air conditioning, as well as custom sheet metal service. Call on Flint Hills Mechanical. Find them on Facebook or give them a shout at 785-313-0103. Flint Hills Mechanical, Frankfort.
At Kramer Oil, they know you have options when it comes to a propane provider, but why call an out-of-town company when Kramer Oil is local, reliable, and flexible? Personal attention and propane when you need it, where you need it, along with convenient text ordering options. New customers get 10 cents off per gallon on their first delivery. Contact them by calling or texting 785-562-2466. The Kramer Oil family, serving your family since 1976.
44-22, our score here. Frankfort leading this one at Canton Galva. 6 minutes left to play in this fourth quarter. We were tied at 22 at halftime, and the Wildcats have rounded off 3 unanswered touchdowns, bevied in part by 3 interceptions by this Frankfort defense. Long shot, Lane Lewis at left side at the 20. Caught for a first down all the way down to the 15-yard line. Ball was at the 25. We're going to cross midfield down to the 15, down all the way to the 10. 45-yard pass and catch for Lane Loizo, who continues to put it up here in this one. Unofficially, Wes Anderson well over 300 yards passing in this contest as well. Frankfort's looking to pile it on here, leading by 22. The running clock now will be in Frankfort's favor. Shotgun formation here for Anderson. Armstrong in his left. That snap again taken off the ground. Armstrong will continue to run. A pickup of maybe nothing, maybe -1 on that one. But most important position. Clock continues to run here for the Wildcats.
Result of the play, second and
331 yards unofficially for Wes Anderson on this evening. 140 receiving yards for Lane Loizo, who continues his hot stretch of football here at the best time of the year to have it. Anderson in the shotgun, Armstrong to his right. Loizo will go left to right, tight end to tight end motion. Swing pass or pitch now here left side. Armstrong up the middle. Touchdown, Frankfort Wildcats. A 10-yard touchdown run by number 10, Barack Armstrong. Extra point pending now for Frankfort, but they are pouring it on Canton Galva with 4:37 left to play here, fourth quarter. Frankfort leads 50-22. Two-point conversion now here for the Wildcats coming. Shotgun formation. Anderson will look back to pass. It's almost going to be picked off, but no good. As that will keep our point score here at 50-22.
Eagles 22 and the Wildcats.
We're going to keep it right here, though, as we get closer to the end of this contest. Max Blasky with you here on KNDY FM 95.5. Your home for high school football and college sports, too, as well this weekend. Of course, we will have KU and K-State football. KU will kick off right here tomorrow evening. They're up at Iowa State playing against the Cyclones in a primetime matchup. 6 p.m. kick for that one. 5:30 pregame will start here on FM 95.5. All over on our other sister station, FM 94.1, AM 1570. K-State Wildcats battle down in Austin against the top-ranked Texas Longhorns at 11 a.m. That's going to be a 9 a.m. pregame for us on that one over on our sister station. Here in this one, Frankfort leading 50-22. The Wildcats and Eagles were tied at 22 going into half, but now Frankfort has rounded off 4 unanswered touchdowns to take this lead. Passing on a few more score updates. Valley Heights still leading Sedgwick 30-6 down there as the Mustangs look to continue their nice season. Last check, too, as well. Jeff County North still leading Centralia 8-0. Last score on that Hanover game, leading Lebo 14-0 into the second quarter. And, of course, the Axtell Eagles continue to win, winning now, I believe, their 35th game in a row, 52-6 over Hutchinson Central Catholic, as they have moved on again to another sectional round. Of course, the Eagles looking for their third straight state championship, but will have to eventually match up if they are going to make up with either this Frankfort team or if that Hanover score stays sound, a Hanover team next week that will possibly take on this Frankfort team. Looking ahead at next week's matchup, too, as well. It possibly could be an all-TVL matchup in this portion of the sectional bracket with Frankfort, Hanover, and Axtell playing. Run up the middle by McManus.
KNDY.
Apologies on that, folks. We can't get through a broadcast without any technical difficulties here in the last couple weeks of the season. Didn't miss much, though, as this game is pretty much in line. Frankfort did put another score on the board here in this one. Now lead 56-22 with just 3 minutes left to go here in this contest. Up the middle will go Henry Kenner, as now he's in at quarterback for the Wildcats. And we're going to take one timeout here real quick. We'll see if these phone lines work. Keep it tuned right here, though, as you're listening to the KNDY Friday Night Featured Game of the Week here on FM 95.5.
Bob Hull Incorporated specializes in directional drilling for water lines, sewer lines, or any type of utility line, and they also do rock trenching. Give them a call at 785-292-4790. That's 292-4790 for all your directional drilling or rock trenching needs. Bob Hull Incorporated of Frankfort, proud supporter of Frankfort High School.
Max Blasky back with you here in Canton Galva. Brock Armstrong puts another touchdown to his mark with 2:53 left to go here in this quarter number 3. It has been all Frankfort in this second half as they have just came through and absolutely handled Canton Galva as we set into this fourth quarter. Apologies for the technical difficulties, but we're back here to round out this Week 10 of the Kansas High School football season here from Canton Galva. Max Blasky with you here this evening as we have been all season long. Of course, keep it tuned right here for the next couple Fridays. There's already one final to our marker here this evening. Axtell has beaten Hutchinson Central Catholic 52-6. They will move on to sectional matchup. Here in this one, Frankfort looks to move on to the sectional round in this one for the second time in 4 years. They were able to make it back in 2020 where they eventually lost to Hanover 74-26, but led by a quarterback duo or a senior duo of Brock Armstrong and Wyatt Keller. This Frankfort Wildcats team on this season has been driven and determined to get back to that position and possibly play for another state title. Of course, looming for these Frankfort Wildcats, a matchup with either Lebo or Hanover in next round's game. McManus gets a run up the middle for about 7 yards. But it'll be nonetheless as Canton Galva as this clock continues to run here on their season. So Canton Galva will finish this year 8-2. Mentioned it in their opener. The only team they had not 45'd all season was a loss in week number 1 to Little River, 42-40, and they're going to end their season with a loss here at home to Frankfort, barring any wild things. Run right side. Henry Ketter can't catch him down the sideline. Pettiger's going to take it down for a touchdown. 57 yards there for Leighton Whitty. A touchdown, number 2 on the evening. A second big rush here for the senior, who has rushes of 85 and now 57 for a touchdown on the night. Score 58-28. What has been a high scoring affair here in this one. 2-point conversion now pending for Canton Galva. Shotgun formation now here for the Eagles. Handoff will go up the middle. Collins is going to get the run stopped at the line. Wyatt Keller, Brock Armstrong still in there on this defense. 2-point conversion, no good. And we stay at 58-28.
Wildcats, 58.
We will keep it here in this one as Frankfort looks to close out Canton Galva. So, mentioned it there before, Canton Galva will end the season 8-1. Their second year is 8-man Division II. Last year they lost in the sub-state round at Axtell. This year they will lose in the regional round to fellow TVL team Frankfort. So the teams from up north doing exceptionally well here this evening in Week 10 of high school football, as Valley Heights is leading. Axtell has won already. Centralia trailing only by a touchdown, though, at last check. And, of course, Axtell already victorious here tonight, too, as well. So for the 8 seniors from Canton Galva, including Lane McManus, Jane Ediger, and Leighton Whitty, having big games here tonight, but not big enough for this Frankfort team that controlled this game in the second half. We were tied at 22 going into halftime.
Whitty set the kick for the Eagles.
But Frankfort has rattled off 5 straight touchdowns before that last one by Whitty for Canton Galva. Bevied in 2 by Park, by 4 interceptions on this evening, picked off by this Frankfort defense. Wes Anderson, have yourself a night. He has 2 or 3 here, Lane Loiza with one his own. And now Henry Ketter is going to get a kickoff return for a touchdown. They squibbed it up the middle, and Ketter takes it down for a touchdown. Number 7 getting into the action here on this one. A kickoff return for a touchdown. We're going to call it about a 35-yarder. We'll now push this lead up 64-28. So Frankfort will run away with this one. Want to pass along a score update for all of you out there. With this win tonight, Frankfort will move on to face Hanover in a sectional matchup next Friday. Believe that one will be at Hanover. And more than likely, we will, too, have that call right here on FM 95.5 in our Friday night featured game of the week. So a rematch from 3 weeks ago. The Wildcats will meet the Wildcats in a sectional matchup in 2023. Ketter takes it up the middle for the 2-point conversion. It is now 66-28 with 2 minutes left to play here in this contest. So a rematch upcoming for the Frankfort Wildcats and the Hanover Wildcats, one that Frankfort won 3 weeks ago, pulling away 62-14. Hanover came out and had this one tied up at 8 in the first quarter, but since then it was all Frankfort unanswered. Lane Loiza had himself a huge game in that contest, tallying 148 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns, while also putting in 54 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns to himself or as well. So a TVL matchup now in the sectional round, as the league has put 3 teams now into the sectional round here in 2023. It's been an excellent season for high school football in our listening area. 66-28 is our score. 2:03 left to play, fourth quarter action. Frankfort leading this one. Opened the game up with a 10-yard touchdown pass from Loizo to Olson. Canton Galva answered back with a touchdown of their own. The do-it-all man, Lane McManus, ran it in for a 6-yard touchdown run. Canton Galva answered back another one with a 2-yard touchdown run by Leighton Whitty, but that was the last scoring opportunity till right before half for Canton Galva. Frankfort got 2 more and took the lead with 51 seconds left to go in the second quarter on a 6-yard touchdown pass from Wes Anderson to Brock Armstrong. But exactly 3 seconds later, Leighton Whitty took the first play of their drive 85 yards to the house and tied us up at 22. At halftime is where everything changed in this one. Knotted up at 22. Canton Galva came out, first drive of the second half, got it all the way down inside the 10-yard line for Frankfort. But Lane Loizo comes up with a big pick right at the goal line and pushed Canton Galva out of the scoring opportunity. Frankfort took advantage and went down the field and scored on a 15-yard touchdown pass from Wes Anderson to Trent Harden, who has 4 receptions for 42 yards and 1 touchdown on the evening, and it was all Frankfort since then. With 4:23 left to play in the third quarter, a 54-yard touchdown pass from Wes Anderson to Carter Olson made it 36-22 after the 2-point conversion. Back-to-back picks then by Anderson on the defensive side of it, kept Canton Galva at bay. A 2-yard touchdown run by Brock Armstrong, followed up by a 10-yard touchdown run by Armstrong with 4:37 left to go in that third quarter. Finally pushed it way out in front for Frankfort, 50-22. Some cleanup duty here. Henry Ketter has a 35-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Canton Galva got 1 more, but it's just been all fluff time here in the fourth quarter as Frankfort will look to move on after a 66-28 victory over Canton Galva in this regional matchup here this evening on KNDY FM 95.5. One last play here for the Eagles. Thrown down, suplex down by Brock Armstrong with Leighton Whitty right at midfield. Henry Ketter actually the one putting his shoulder down and putting the Eagle to the ground on that one, getting some playing time now. Here is the freshman, and that will be it. Canton Galva looks like they're going to leave the field with 25 seconds left to go in this one and surrender defeat as the Frankfort Wildcats move on to sectional action next week for the 2023 Kansas High School Playoff Championship. They will take on the Hanover Wildcats in a rematch from 3 weeks ago, one in which Frankfort won that one handily against Hanover 62-14. Here on a chilly Friday night from Canton Galva, Frankfort wins 66-28. We're going to take a timeout, bring it right back here for a recap as well as a preview of everything else going on throughout the league. Frankfort victorious 66-28.
Be prepared for the 2024 hay season and save during Can-Equip's annual twine and net wrap sales event. Preseason pricing on genuine CNH twine for round balers and square balers, small or large, plus ArmorNet, Legacy, Balekeeper, Americanet, and new this year, Varsity Net Wrap. Place your preseason order at Can-Equip in Marysville.
Can-Equip can. Can-Equip can equip you.
Have you ever wondered what sets Sunflower Community Credit Union apart from the rest? It's the power of ownership. When you join Sunflower Community Credit Union, you're not just a customer. You're a member and an owner. Sunflower Community Credit Union is a member-owned, nonprofit financial institution that places our members' needs as our top priority. We're here to help you grow your savings, manage your finances, and achieve your dreams. Visit Sunflower Community Credit Union in Marysville, where ownership matters.
Equipment rentals from Hometown Lumber in Marysville and Axtell Lumber make the job easier if you're a professional or do-it-yourselfer. From power tools to generators, air compressors to nailers and fasteners, concrete tools, scaffolding, and more. Rent a Bobcat, dump truck, man lift, ladder, scaffolding, as well as pressure washers, insulation blowers, drywall tools, tile cutters, and more. Rent by the half day, weekend, or week. See the entire list online, including pricing, at axtellumber.com or visit either location today.
Hop in, let's go to Honeyman Ford in Seneca, the best place to be.
Skip the drive. Come see us right here in Marysville, Kansas. At Honeyman Auto Sales and Service, you will find the same honest sales experience backed by the same reliable service. With the same goals in mind, our Marysville location is sure to provide you with a satisfying vehicle experience. Find us on Facebook or stop in at 1122 Pony Express Highway today.
Have you driven a Honeyman Ford lately?
Jubilation for the Frankfort Wildcats at midfield here in Canton Galva as they lift the regional trophy for 2023, and this team moves on to play another night. 8-2 now on the season. They drop Canton Galva to 8-2, their second loss of the year after a 66-28 pull-away victory here in Week 10 of the Kansas high school football season. Looking at some stats from that game, first from Canton Galva, it was the big INT for this Canton Galva offense that dreaded them down all evening. 4 interceptions thrown. Frankfort took advantage of that, getting some scoring opportunities off of those plays. The do-it-all man, Lane McManus, had himself a decent night. 29 carries for 113 yards, 1 touchdown on the night to go along with 4 receptions for 28 yards. Other than that, no one was able to touch McManus. Having a big night, though, for himself was Leighton Whitty, who unofficially had 13 carries for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, but 2 big runs, an 85-yard run right before half and a 57-yarder here in mop-up time, really boosted those numbers. Jaden Ediger, the quarterback for Canton Galva, only 67 yards on 17 attempts, again, 3 interceptions and 11 yards on the ground. For the Frankfort offense, it was the air raid that helped them out. Unofficially, Wes Anderson, 331 yards for 4 touchdowns on this game, -14 on the ground, but some sacks taken late in this one. On the ground, Brock Armstrong had himself a big night. 4 touchdowns on the ground, 1 through the air, 2 as well. Finishes the night with 8 carries and 35 yards, 3 receptions for 23 yards, and that touchdown. Trent Harden, 4 receptions for 47 yards. Carter Olson, the big man here tonight, 7 receptions, 138 yards unofficially, and 2 touchdowns, while Lane Loiseau had 10 catches for 140 yards himself, too, as well. Loiseau also 6 rushes on the evening for 38 yards on the ground as Frankfort wins this sectional game and moves on with a 66-28 victory over Canton Galva. We're going to take our last time out of the night, bring it right back here to look how other teams around the state have done. With the Frankfort Wildcats victorious over the Canton Galva Eagles, 66-28.
We don't have to tell that harvest season is here. And while you're working the fields, Kramer Oil is on the road for you. Kramer Oil's commercial fuel delivery brings premium fuel right to your farm, making sure your machinery never skips a beat. Fast, reliable, and always on time. Because during harvest season, every second counts. Keep your farm running smooth with the name that's been there through it all. Kramer Oil. Our family serving yours for generations.
Just like our area athletes work each day in practice to perform at their best in the big game, the staff at Bruna Implement Company, your local Case IH dealer, work daily to provide the best parts and service experience when you need it most. Bruna Implement Company has been family-owned for 3 generations. We know what it takes to be successful as your area Case IH dealer. For the best in farming equipment with the service to back it, there is only one. Bruna Implement Company, since 1947.
Anyone can sell you soybean seed. Channel Seedsmen place product to perform. With Channel XtendFlex soybeans and Channel Roundup Ready 2 Xtend soybeans, you'll get the superior weed control you want and the high yield potential you need. Make the most of next season with the Roundup Ready Xtend crop system and expert recommendations from Channel Seedsman. Ask a seedsman in your area for recommendations for your fields. Check with your state pesticide regulatory agency for specific restrictions in your state. Always read and follow pesticide label directions.
66-28, our final score here as Frankfort leads the field as your regional champion here in 2023. Looking at some other scores from around the league, first in 11-man action, Jefferson County North leads Centralia 16-0 in that one. Second half action going on right there. Valley Heights Mustangs leading Sedgwick 38-12 early in the second half. If you're just joining us too as well, Axel defeated Hutchinson Central Christian 52-6, and the Hanover Wildcats continued their march through the state brackets, defeating number 1 seeded and 5-3 Lebo 30-14. That, of course, will set up a matchup next week between Hanover and Frankfort for your sectional champion. 2023, a matchup of 3 weeks ago, one in which Frankfort handled Hanover easily 62-14. Of course, KNDY is your home for college sports too as well. This weekend, KU and K-State both playing. KU will play right here on FM 95.5. Football Saturday, 6 p.m. kick up at Iowa State, a 5:30 pregame. Basketball following Monday and Tuesday as well, both games at 7 p.m., while on their sister station, FM 94.1, AM 1570. Kansas State Wildcats face the Texas Longhorns at 11 a.m., 9 a.m. pregame for a football Saturday tomorrow, along with games at 9 p.m. on Monday and 7 p.m. on Thursday for the men's basketball side too as well. Again, here in Canton, Kansas, Frankfort Wildcats win, pulling away 66-28. Of course, big thank you to all our sponsors this evening that made this broadcast so possible. Bob Hole Incorporated, Kramer Oil, Flint Hills Mechanical, Back Tire, Blue Valley Technologies, J&R Market, Trailers for You, Souther Speed, Frankfort Community Care Home, Parthimer Electric, Frankfort Area News, Landall Corporation, Inline Construction, Winklin Oil, First National Bank of Frankfort, M&R Auto Parts, and FNA Construction of Frankfort. Wildcats victorious here tonight, 66-28. They will match up against Hanover next Friday night, and more than likely our KNDY Friday night featured game of the week here on FM 95.5. Again, from Canton, Kansas, this has been Max Blasky for KNDY Radio. Frankfort Wildcats win it, pulling away 66-28. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great rest of your night, and we will just see you all again next week.
KNDY.